Good evening and welcome to the BallGame Blitz TV show produced by Worthy Road Studios on the USJ High School Facebook page. I'm Seabass, your announcer for this evening, and Chuck Walker will be color announcer for USJ broadcast throughout the season. This is a copyright broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2022. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz TV show without written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. Other high schools covered by the BallGame Blitz TV show are Jackson Christian, TCA, and Trenton Peabody. And those games are broadcast to each high school's Facebook page. We also broadcast all Union University home games for volleyball, basketball, soccer, softball, and baseball. All of our BallGame Blitzes are archived to the Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel. Again, I'm Seabass, and I'll be the play-by-play announcer for USJ football games this year on BallGame Blitz show on the USJ High School Facebook page. Our director tonight is Paul Schulze. He's also our replay operator. Our producer is Stephanie Jonda. Our cameras tonight, Billy Bowen. Our executive producer for all of our schools and other sports and events is Paul Schulze. Please support our advertisers who help make Worthy Road Studios TV show BallGame Blitz broadcast the high quality that they are. Without these advertisements, there would be no crews to bring you these broadcasts. Advertisers include replay sponsor Carlock Nissan, pregame sponsor Brooksy's Barn, scoreboard sponsor is Thompson & Smith Insurance, your touchdown sponsor is Garrett Plumbing and Heating, first down sponsors Thompson & Smith Insurance, field goals Nest Realty, corner logo sponsors are Mitchell's Body Shop, Jones Chevrolet, and the Blacksmith Restaurant. Other advertisers are Tennessee National Guard, Aloha Pools, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, Elite Dental, McCoy's Heating and Air, Alive Hydration and Spa, Lifeline Blood Services, Kaufman's Furnishings and Appliances, Arrington Funeral Directors, Bank of Jackson, King Jewelers, and Lifestyle Vision. My name is Seabass. Alongside me, my partner in crime, here to the left of me, the one and only Chuck Walker on color commentary tonight. And week number 9, Chuck finds us in Collierville, Tennessee, just inside the city limits of Collierville, just off of Houston Levee, home to the St. George Griffins, a team who has been a thorn in the side of the USJ Bruins for several years as they were trying to get to the state championship, the Griffins. You remember they had those great teams, Chase Hayden and the entire team. Great teams. This year, not quite that type of team, 3-5, but I've talked to some of the coaches there with St. George. They feel like they have a shot tonight. We'll go into depth about some of the players on this team and what you'll see out of USJ tonight as the Bruins look to lock things up. They'll finish the regular season next week on the road here in Shelby County once again against a winless Hardin Academy team, and that will not be a ball game. This one at least has the chance, Chuck, to be a football game tonight.
You know, this is my first time coming into St. George. It's a beautiful atmosphere around. One of the prettier campuses we've seen. A lot of open space, a lot of trees, a lot of things like that. Really, really pretty here and just right down the road from Briarcrest. I didn't realize they were that close. I obviously knew where Briarcrest was. I had no idea that St. George was so close. But here we go. You know, we talked about this last week when USJ played Trinity Christian Academy, and the scoreboard tells you they handled them well. It felt odd for us for what we were. I mean, and it was again a dominating performance by USJ. Don't misunderstand me here, but it kind of felt like, gosh, they're moving the ball on USJ. They're getting some, you know what I mean? They had some plays that caught USJ off guard, had an onside kick recovery again. You know, it's just those small things that you see with a team that's this good, as good as the Bruins are playing right now. You really have to search really hard to say, okay, what can they improve on? What can they fix? And Trinity was able to, you know, put a couple of things together in a game that I thought was going to be USJ going away. Trinity kept that interesting at least until halfway through the third quarter.
You know, you're absolutely right, and that's just kind of I think that speaks to how good this USJ football team is. They won 48-14. I mean, that's a blowout.
Of course it is. As I'm saying, don't misunderstand anything that I'm saying. Just a little surprising that it was just surprising that they got to 14. That sounds crazy to say out loud.
I think one of the things that happened is because we had the interception on the first drive. Usually the Bruins get the ball, go down, score, and it's Katie bar the door from there. But it took a little bit longer to get things done. At the end of the day, the result was the same. The 6th time in 8 games this season in which that game ended under a mercy rule with the clock running there in the second half. The only 2 teams, trivia question, Chuck, the only 2 teams not to be put under the mercy rule against USJ?
Union City, the Golden City, they're in Union
Golden City,
the Golden Tornadoes, and, of course, Hardin County. Both phenomenal games, absolutely phenomenal games to watch. But, yeah, that's it. Other than that, we have had a running clock during the majority of the second half all season long.
Yeah, the Bruins, to me, I tell you what, I thought it was a little bit sluggish to get things started last week, but I really felt like that potentially could be coming after the fall break and the layoff. I think you'll see a much crisper team tonight. The challenge may be a little bit stiffer. Don't be fooled by St. George's 3-5 record. The schedule is extremely tough. I talked to some of the folks from Jackson Christian, and they were talking about a young man, and you'll hear his name called all night tonight. It's the quarterback for South Gibson. I keep saying South Gibson. Look at that big SG right there of St. George. And he's just a sophomore. But that young man's name is Chase Sutton. And I love coming here, and I love playing St. George because every year that we play St. George, I get an opportunity to see my old college quarterback and teammate David Stooksbury, who's the offensive coordinator here. And I asked him about his young quarterback, and here's the one word that he used to describe him. And when you hear a coach say that about a player, you know he's got something. He says, dynamic. Heard the same thing out of folks from Jackson Christian when discussing this sophomore quarterback, Chase Sutton, for St. George. Dynamic, very athletic quarterback, smart, big arm, is going to be tough to beat. And one thing that makes it very difficult to key on him, and you're going to see this young man, and he will stick out, believe me when I tell you. And I was up next to him just a few minutes ago over on the sideline. You're going to call the number 5, Drake Gonzalez, a whole lot. Drake Gonzalez is a running back that is about 6'3", and he looks to be every bit of about 240.
Oh, wow.
He is a mountain of a man. And I asked him, we had a really good fullback in college that Dave Stooksbury played with in high school as well. And I said, is this another one of those? Is this the Jacob Dixon? He said, Jacob Dixon wishes. Like that. And Drake Gonzalez is just a junior. But those two names you're going to be hearing called quite a lot tonight for the Griffins. That's going to be Chase Sutton, the sophomore quarterback, and Drake Gonzalez, the junior running back. But the Bruins counter with a whole bunch of weapons, a lot of weapons of their own. And what we have seen throughout the season is now from very beginning, Jace Barksdale has been the go-to guy in the passing game, right? I mean, that's not breaking news to anybody. What I have loved about the last month or so is he's still done his thing, but it hasn't been the Jace Barksdale show. He's been doing it too. It's been Kevin Finch. It's been a couple of different players. It's been Noah Spencer. We've seen a lot more of Raleigh Seals being used in the offense as well. Getting people involved, of course, Davis Sane as well. So you're starting to see more and more people get involved. At the beginning of the season, there was a whole lot of number 8. And I certainly get it because he's fantastic. But a lot of different weapons for senior quarterback Berkeley Pettigrew, who did have the interception last week on the first drive. But for the most part, for the last couple of months, in my estimation, has played pretty close to flawless football.
Yeah, Berkeley Pettigrew, other than the pick, I mean, his last 3 games that he's played going into that Trinity game were completely flawless, making the right decision when to run the ball. He didn't run it much. I bet he's got less than 100 yards total rushing on the whole season. That doesn't mean that he can't run. It just means he runs at the exact right times to get the first down, throws a good ball. He and Davis Sane, you kind of, the first of the season, you felt it being forced a little bit. Looks a lot better now. Obviously, Barksdale to make, is always there to make a play. But Noah Spencer on this offense, somebody that you've really got to look out for now. I think he solidified himself as the number 2 go-to option, and nobody's number 2 is number 31, Kevin Finch. He has been by far the best and most explosive playmaking running back that I've seen all season long. He's really what he's done this year, week to week to week, to progress and get better is just unbelievable. And you could tell, guys like Titus Taylor, when he comes in, when that running clock comes on and they bring that second team in, you see Titus Taylor, who'll be carrying the load for the Bruins next year. They run so similarly. I think he's made such a positive impact on this whole program. But, yeah, they're a fun team to watch. And this defense has been so lights out all year. I mean, the pressure that they get up front, even when they're oversized. Looking back on that Union City game, I need to go back and watch that game again because they were oversized. But they still, that was a very tight game. They hung in there. Guys like Ty O'Neal and company did it. And talk about the linebackers, Brooks Jones, the impact that he has just
Sam
emotionally on this team. Guys like Sam McMillan, of course, and then Jace Barksdale, as great as he is in special teams, and he is, as great as he is as a weapon, as a wide receiver, and then, sometimes using him, on end arounds and things like that, and he is, to me, where he makes the biggest difference on this team. And the reason that they're able to shut down teams like Jackson Christian and close them down is you can put him on whatever team you're playing's best, and he'll close them down. I mean, the coverage that he had on Mosley and the size that he gave up and everything else that he gave up on Jalen Mosley, and he was right there. I mean, he might as well have been part of Jalen Mosley's uniform. He was right there on him all evening long. Jace Barksdale, to me, has made his biggest impact for the Bruins on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, him, Alex Wallace. Of course, last week they got back Will Horton and Parker Barnes in the second. So this team is also getting healthy as they've been all season at the right time. So if you take a look at that, and of course the play of the defensive line, Ty O'Neal has been fantastic all season long. But let's not forget about Braden Roberts. Braden Roberts has had some big plays as well along the way. So really a complete effort defensively, special teams wise, and offense, and coaching has been fantastic as well. There's a lot to like, and I talked with my old teammate, and he said, yeah, this team is really, and watching them and scouting them is really complete across the board, and they felt like they definitely got their work cut out for them tonight. But as we mentioned, St. George comes into this game at 3-5. But guys, these are their losses: Good Pasture, Olive Branch, Jackson Christian, Franklin Road Academy, and Lausanne. There's no chumps in there. Those are all good football teams. Yeah. Their wins are the wins that you would expect them to have. St. Benedict, Freedom Prep, North Point Christian, a pretty good North Point Christian team as well, who also has a very good quarterback as well. But, yeah, I mean, if you look at that, the thing that sticks out is there's no gimmies on the whole thing, win or lose. Are we –
National anthem?
Okay, I don't think no.
I think they're practicing.
Okay, yeah, they're practicing. I was like, boy,
we heard the national anthem.
Yeah, we heard it. I was like, do not want to be talking during that. Don't want to be those guys. So yeah, don't let this record. He gets 3-5 versus 7-1 coming in. You look at that, you say, well, this is a killing. I do expect USJ to win this football game, but what I also expect is for St. George, a very proud program, a very good program. Who also, by the way, just in case you do not know, and this is a name that many of our listeners, our USJ Bruin fans will definitely remember, and that is former University of Tennessee great Andre Lott. He is the head football coach here at St. George. So, I mean, there's been no shortage of star power. I remember, if you'll remember, former UT Vol Eric Still, Germantown Red Devil. His son, Jacob, played here before he went on to Arkansas State. Of course, Chase Hayden, the son of Aaron Hayden, played here before, and he ended up signing with the University of Arkansas going on. So there's been no shortage of fantastic talent and a great lineage coming through this program. And while the lineage may not be in the case this time, the talent is certainly there with the likes of Drake Gonzalez and Chase Sutton. So just a little primer there, if you will, for our game coming up here in about 14 minutes. Now, meantime, couple things we need to let you know about first on our Grace Media Group family of broadcasts. We've got a big game, Jackson Christian and TCA tonight. What's your hope for? Second place in the region right there. These two get together tonight. If you would like to hear the Lion feed, you can do that on 105.3 with Dave and Stan on the call right there. And, of course, on 93.1, Coach Joe and Brother Dave Wade with the Jackson Christian feed on 93.1. So we've got you covered. And don't forget, you can watch Trent Peabody as well as all the aforementioned games at the school's Facebook pages as well as WNWS.com. Scroll to the very bottom, find the team you're looking for, and simply push play, and you'll be on your way to another great night of high school football. And what is freaking me out, Chuck Walker, is that 7 days from this very day will be the end of the regular season in high school football. I cannot believe that. It was 5 minutes ago. I was sweating like dogs in that Liberty USJ game in the press box.
Couldn't
right
see.
there.
Sun was right in our face.
Feels like it's 150 degrees outside, and now the grass is already turning brown on the field here. It's not cold. It's a beautiful day.
Great night.
Turning into a beautiful night. And we both got short-legged breeches and shirts on, so that tells you all you need to know. So when we come back, we'll take a look at some of the games around West Tennessee because there's several big matchups outside of Madison County. And speaking of inside Madison County, the Commissioner's Cup tonight. We think the Indians and the Hawks, somebody's going to win it. To me, it's a clear.
Oh, it's easy this year.
I think it's clearly Southside, but we shall see two teams who have struggled a little bit this year. But when it comes to the Commissioner Cup, that's one of those that you talk about 30 years later in the barbershop. You want to win that game. If you don't win anything else, you want to win the Commissioner's Cup. We'll take a look at that one as well. So we will take this quick break and come back to you live from St. George, where your USJ Bruins are just minutes away from locking horns with the St. George Griffin here in week number 9 on Worthy Road Studios.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big! Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Welcome back here to St. George's as the Bruins get ready to take on the Griffins. And as we're preparing for this game, getting the captains get set, what are some other games around the area, Bass, that have piqued your interest?
Actually, there are quite a few around West Tennessee on week number 9 that it promises to be fantastic. One of them is Covington hosting Haywood County. Haywood County undefeated on the season. Covington 7-1, their lone loss, a 3-touchdown loss to start the season off to an undefeated Munford. I've got Haywood County here. I got Haywood County right now. To me, until somebody proves that they can truly play with them, I'm going to take them every single time.
I don't know how you don't. Covington's always good. The Chargers are always a tough team for everybody to play. But, yeah, Haywood looks like they have something special. Yep. What about this Mustangs-Peabody game? Huntington Mustangs coming in 6-2. The Peabody beat 7-1 here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this should be an outstanding football game. Huntington's only lost one game since that McKenzie game to start things off on the season. And, Trent Peabody, once they got Driggers back, they've been rolling. They lost that Milan game, but they haven't had a hiccup since. It's going to take a heck of a team to walk into Walter Kilser and win a football game, in my estimation. Give me the Tide in this one.
I want to say yes. I think so, probably. I think so, the Tide. Huntington seems to always have these late-year spoils for somebody. You know what I mean? You remember last year they had it. Was it against Milan that they beat last year late in the season? They beat somebody who was just rolling late in the season. They always have something set up. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Tide and Sam Driggers as well. What about some other games here as we're scrolling down? I don't know why we're not showing up here. Let's see. Hardin County and Milan.
Yeah.
How about that one?
Yeah, look, Milan, as tumultuous as the season has been, they're still 5-3. It's not as if the season has completely fallen apart, but they are extremely injured. Hardin County, I think a game that they lost is actually going to get them ready for this test. The game that they lost, a close game to Lexington, will get them ready for this Milan game. I'm going with the Tigers to walk into Johnny Hale Stadium and get a win. By the way, the captain's getting ready to meet here in just a few minutes for your Bruins from right to left. Of course, quarterback Berkeley Pettigrew, Kevin Finch, the senior running back, Mark Cox, the offensive lineman, and it sure is good to see Parker Barnes back out there in a uniform and ready to go. Parker missed, what about a month? That sound about right to you?
Probably, yeah, right around then.
Parker missed about a month, but he's back and dressed, and same thing for Will Horton in that secondary. So you're really, like I said, the Bruins, as healthy as they're going to be coming into this part of the season. And remember, if the Bruins win tonight, and they're going to win next week, that's not even a thing. They're going to win and win big next week against Harding Academy. I know Coach Strapp says, let's not call it before it happens, but they're going to win that game. And if so, they'll have a bye. They will have a bye for the first round of the playoffs, and it looks like the road to the state championship, you're going to have to come to Kirkland Field to beat them.
Yeah, I think so, and that's what we're anticipating tonight. The captain tonight for the Griffins, all the seniors walked up and stopped about halfway. It's number 68, Walker Hawkins is the captain for the Griffins tonight. But, yeah, I expect this to be a fun game. I'm really excited to see this quarterback play, the sophomore quarterback. It's fun watching good kids sling the ball, and I'm really excited to see Gonzalez run the ball. But USJ's played so well. And this is a good test here, right before a game against Harding Academy, which you feel like you will have a running clock as soon as the third quarter starts, and then having another bye week for USJ. So you kind of want to get tested. I think that's what's really helped them this whole season was that game against Union City, that game against Hardin County. There's different schools of thoughts there, but you can pull the schedules up for yourself just in this region alone, and you can see whose schedule's tough and whose schedules aren't as tough. And if you fall into the camp of iron sharpens iron, you'll definitely agree with what USJ's done this year because their out of region schedule has been unbelievable.
Now, the Bruins have won the toss, and if they have, I know what they're going to do, but we'll let the official let you know himself. The Bruins have won the toss, and they are going to elect to receive. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Is this 9 times?
Yeah,
they received it 9 times?
Every time, but I think the Liberty game, if I remember correctly.
I can't even remember that game at this
point.
point.
You do, because if you remember, it was a Will Horton or was that? No, I think that was a different game. But Will Horton, remember, had a pick six. That was the first score of the year, was a pick six against Liberty.
It was Liberty, yeah.
Yeah, on that first one. So ever since then, the Bruins have had the ball to start things off. They like it. They generally score. So who are we to argue with success? And Coach Strapp's had plenty of it. 7-1 are his USJ Bruins. And it is our pleasure to bring you this game right here on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com, as well as USJ's Facebook page. And it's all courtesy of Worthy Road Studio. Paul and his entire team doing an amazing job. And I have to say, Chuck, over the years, we have had the devil getting signals here at St. George.
Mm-hmm.
I probably shouldn't have said that, because now
Paul just gave you a look.
Here we go. But man, if you look at that picture, if you're watching the game, you're going to see clear as a bell as you get a chance to watch your USJ Bruins break through that banner, and it's a slow trot. I kind of like that, an intimidating, and not just run out there hooping and hollering, jumping. It's kind of a slow. Yeah, we got this. We got this. So we're about ready to play some football. What you say, Chuck Walker? You ready to do this?
I'm ready. A lot of confidence for Bruin Nation, but you know what? Again, this is their last chance to really sharpen iron, because they're going to have, a game next week where we expect them to play well. They're going to have a bye week, and then, the first round of the playoffs for them, which will be the second round, will be a game that you expect them to control. So, again, this is going to be the toughest test we see in about a month. So I'm glad to be here.
Another thing that we didn't mention when we talk about the defense and the secondary breakdown is the fact that they've been using Davis Sane in the secondary at 6'5" with all that range. And it's paid off, by the way. He's looked comfortable. You take a guy that big, they're generally not secondary players.
Right.
It's just not something that's very comfortable for him. Not tonight, or not this season. I mean, he stepped in where, what do you think, maybe the second half of the season, and he's looked good.
Yeah, probably had to come in through some injuries and stuff like that, obviously. But, yeah, he has looked good everywhere he's been. And a big special teams player, too. I mean, you can always see when Davis Sane's out there.
All right, Britt Ferguson, Mr. Chuck, Mr. Britt. Britt Ferguson is going to kick off for the St. George Griffin. Back deep, if you had to guess.
I can't even see the man's number, but I'm going to go with Jace Barksdale.
But look at this formation. You got 10 players up front for between the 50 and the 40-yard lines. That's called scouting. They've seen something they like. They only have one man deep. That's number 8. Now, Noah Spencer will drop back to join his teammate. And the left-footed kicker, Britt Ferguson, is ready to put that foot into the ball. He swings it. He does. He gets it to Spencer, taken at the 15-yard line, up to the 25, dancing around, now kicking back outside and tripped up, and too bad. Because if he doesn't get tripped up, Chuck, it's not a big lane, but he looked like he might have had a little bit of a wall there.
Spencer does a good job being really patient with that return. He had 8 blockers in front of him there. He cuts to his right, and I think that's where he got tripped up as he went back to his left. But, yeah, I think he could have got if he would have held his feet there, could have got an extra 5 to 10 yards on that, because the blocks were set down the left side of the field.
That's going to be 15 yards on the return, and the Bruins will set up shop, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. So for the first time tonight, here's the Bruin offense. Pettigrew from the gun. Finch to his right. Here's a handoff to Finch straight up the middle. Looked like he had a hole. It shut down quickly, but not before he picks up 3 yards. We'll call it the 2nd and 7 from the Bruin 33-yard line.
Jamez Jordan coming in there from the defensive line, able to bring Finch down. And anytime it happens when the initial contact brings down Kevin Finch, we always talk about it because he does such a good job of keeping his feet moving. But Bass, when they line back up on defense, look at number 80 for the Griffins, Parker McLean, just a junior. He's at least 7'4".
Yeah, they don't have their height and weight listed, but this is a very big football team. Twins to your right. Finch to the right of Pettigrew. Here's a give to Finch off left tackle, looking for a block. Not much doing. He'll pick up maybe 2, a little bit more. We'll call it 3. We'll call it 3rd and 4 for the Bruins from their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, Griffins did a good job there, setting the edge, not letting Finch get around. He got 3 yards the hard way, but that's what Finch is going to do. He's so hard. I can count on one finger the amount of times he's been brought down behind the line this year.
He's at least 7'4".
Yeah, my man's huge. He's as tall as we are. We're in the press box.
I mean, he looks like he's every bit of 6'7".
Yeah, big man. I want to see him and Davis Sain side by side.
So we've got a 5 wide receiver set as Finch splits out to the right, trips to the right, twins to the bottom. Pettigrew in the gun by himself. Now here's motion. That's Barksdale. He swings it out to Barksdale in the right side flat, needs a lane, finds it, gets a crease. He's still up. He's still going. It's a foot race, and it's taken out of bounds at the 45-yard line. What a great job of blocking on the far side by the wide receivers. Barksdale picks up 19 yards on the play, all the way down to the Griffin 43-yard line for a Thompson and Smith first down.
Great blocking to that right side to open up that lane for Barksdale. And if number 7, Jordan Thomas, isn't there for the Griffins, we're talking about a touchdown.
1st and 10 for Pettigrew and the Bruin offense. Finch to his left. Here's the snap. Little play action, rolling to his left, looking for his man. He's got him downfield, but he throws it short, and it's intercepted. He had to throw off his back foot. I can't tell if that's Barksdale or Spencer, wide open past the wide receiver, but he wasn't able to put anything into the throw, and it's an interception for the Griffins.
Yeah, had Barksdale short, had Spencer a little bit right, because he threw off his back foot there, just kind of split the difference, and unfortunately, between 2 wide open receivers was a defensive back who was able to pick that one off the carpet.
Yeah, chalk that up to pressure from that defensive line by the Griffin, because if Berkeley Pettigrew saw his man, but he just couldn't get anything on it. The defensive lineman was closing down on him. So here we go. Our first look at Chase Sutton, the sophomore quarterback. Should be a false start call on the Griffin. No whistle. Still running, and maybe a pickup of about 3 yards. We'll call it 2 yards that time for the Griffin. That's number 22, Jaden Smith. But this receiver down the bottom easily left his route early. You could see it right there on the instant replay.
Yeah, you see it on the replay. And you also see the running back moving before the ball snapped as well on that coming up to receive the handoff. So, yeah, there was a couple of false starts there, but if they don't call, they don't happen.
Now, the big running back, Drake Gonzalez, not in on this first possession, at least in the first couple of plays. He's down here on the sideline. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see him. But excited to see this sophomore quarterback that was called, what do you call him?
Electrifying.
Electrifying, absolutely. Sutton with the handoff straight up the middle, moving his feet, and he'll get up to about the 28-yard line. That'll set up 3rd, and we'll call it 5 for the Griffin on the carry that time. Number 22, Jaden Smith, the sophomore running back.
Look on this replay here. Number 11, the receiver again moves early. That's Justice Grimsley right here at the bottom of your screen. He takes a full half step before the ball is snapped, and no flags yet. So
well, there was only 2 zebras in front of him, though.
Yeah,
so
what are you going to do?
Another one over there.
I mean, when I'm sitting here calling it, we got a problem.
The marker says 2nd now. There you go. Switch it to 3rd down. Here we go from the pistol formation. Here's Sutton. He left early again, and finally it gets called. The same player has left a beat every single time on 3 straight snaps. He's left a beat early. Didn't call it the first 2. They got it that time. It'll back it up and set up 3rd and about 8, maybe 9.
Yeah, that's Grimsley again. I don't blame him for continuing to do it, because at some point you think, well, gosh, maybe this is legal. But yeah, finally caught for speeding there. 3rd and 8.
Jordan Thomas checking into the game tonight for the Griffin for the first time. Split out to his left on the far side. Twins to each side for Sutton from the gun. Smith to his right. Here's the snap. The sophomore quarterback under pressure, rolling to his right. There's a hold, no call. Fires it out of bounds and incomplete, no good. That'll be 4th down. Great pressure that time by the USJ Bruins defense. They were not about to let him get set. Pressure on that play provided by senior Raleigh Sills.
Yeah, you'll see the Bruins come in here, just get through the line. Very light block. You'll see Tyle Neal coming around the edge. Raleigh Sills almost has him, slips. The ball is broken up, but I'm a little surprised why we're not seeing Gonzalez. I wonder if maybe they're going to spell him until the second half.
Sills whips the right tackle, then whips the guard who was trying to block him and nearly gets the sack on Sutton. So 4th down for the Griffin. They'll have to punt from their own 25-yard line. Spencer and Barksdale back deep around their own 43. The snap goes over the punter's head into the end zone. He picks it up, and can he get out of the end zone? The answer is no. He is absolutely trucked by a host of USJ Bruins led by number 1, Will Horton, and that's going to be a safety with 7:58 left to go here in the first quarter. The Bruins strike first with a safety.
This special teams, this is the best special teams unit in West Tennessee. When you're talking about returns, coverages, everything that they do on special teams is so disciplined. Coach Hardigree preaches it, works on it every single day, and you can tell these things like that, these snaps, these high snaps, we've seen it all year long, and USJ is able to capitalize on most of them.
And they haven't been doing that themselves, not that they punt a lot, but when they do,
right.
And things like that. The one place you might look, and it's not even really all that bad, might be on kickoff coverage. There's been a few kickoffs earlier in the year,
kicks have gotten them a time or two, but, man, they are so good at staying in their lanes and just, my man had nothing to do there. That's one of those deals. You just fall on the ball and take your safety. Keep the 6 off the board and settle for 2.
Let's see what St. George decides to do. Will they elect to punt it, or are they going to kick it off the tee?
I see the tee down. They're going to kick it off.
Okay.
Yeah,
the official was in the way. I couldn't tell. That means Britt Ferguson is going to kick it off the tee from his own 20-yard line. And we've got Spencer and Barksdale. And, the other back deep is Aaron Tunstall on the far side.
Would you punt it or kick it? What do you feel like you'd be better at?
What I would be better at?
Yeah.
Let somebody else do it. Britt Ferguson with the kick. It's going to be taken by Barksdale at his own 38-yard line up to the 45 and rudely greeted by some Griffins. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. So all things considered, 2 points and outstanding field position for the Bruins to begin their second possession.
Yeah, I really like what's happening there. Tackle made that time by Antonio Wallace. Picked Barksdale up and set him down. But start this drive around the 46-yard line here for the Bruins, maybe even call it a 47. Really good field position here, and Pettigrew was ready to get that ball back in his hand after the interception.
Yeah, and I'm sure the offensive line will take that as a personal challenge because they'll look at us and that was not about Pettigrew. That was about the pressure.
Got around, yep.
Yeah, for sure.
A really big line for the Griffins tonight.
Oh, no doubt. This should be a great game in the trenches. Trends to the right. Single wide receiver, that's Spencer. Here's a hitch out into the wide side flat. Caught by Barksdale. Has a lane down the sideline. It's a track meet. It's a foot race. Cutting back inside. And finally taken down is Jace Barksdale around the 15-yard line. But that's going to be good enough for a 38-yard play and a Thompson and Smith first down.
Jace Barksdale has got all the moves like Jagger. The way that he stops, he was running dead sprint. Stopped, stood right up, juked, and if one guy doesn't catch him there, he's got again for almost the second time tonight, almost has another touchdown just on a simple swing pass.
That was about Davis Sane. With an amazing block once again downfield. Here's a high snap corralled in by Pettigrew to Finch off left tackle, bouncing it out 15, 10, 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. Senior Kevin Finch with his first of the night, and the Bruins have struck just like that. 2 plays and 56 yards, and the Bruins are in the end zone.
You'll see Finch here slide out to the left. Look at this hole that's opened up, and Raleigh Sills just pushing him back. Finch will do the rest. Give him enough time to get that engine running, and he'll take it to the house. Big score from Finch there.
Well, they haven't given him the points yet, but I promise you he got in. All right, looks like Cooper Sykes in for the extra point. Here's the snap, the kick, the hold. It is good, and your new score with 6:44 left to go here in the first quarter. USJ 9 and St. George nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
See the replay here where Finch is cutting through. Look at the blocking downfield by this Bruins team. Really looking good tonight with the blocks.
Well, you'll take that all day long on the left side of that USJ offensive line. A nice job by left tackle Kanye Sawyer kicking out, man. And then a great job by Kevin Fitch to bounce it out. Sometimes you just want to, okay, this play's designed for this hole. This is where I'm going. Well, sometimes it's not there. And sometimes you gotta bounce it out a little bit or cut back, whatever the case may be. He saw the outside edge was not covered, and he just took it all the way into the end zone. I love Kevin Finch's running style. He's fast, he's electric, but he is also no nonsense. He does not dance around. I love that about this young man.
Other scores of interest around the area so far with 11:14 left in the first quarter. Southside leads Northside 7-0.
In the Commissioner's Cup, Hawks with the early lead. Bruins with the early lead here, 9-0 on the strength of a safety and a 56-yard touchdown drive. 2 plays. Kevin Finch in from 15 on the ground. Here we go. English swinging that huge right leg, and they say, don't even bother. That one's going to land in the end zone. Touchback for English, and the Griffins will begin this second possession. Second possession. That's right. Yeah, their second possession, and trailing by 9, just like that.
I don't know what the freshman touchback record is for the state of Tennessee, but I feel like at some point we may want to look it up.
I feel like that would probably belong to James Wilhoit.
Yeah, that may
if
be.
I had to guess.
Maybe.
Do you remember where he played high school?
Where did Will Hoyt play high school?
He was a Hendersonville Commando.
Hendersonville. There you go. Yeah, I figured it was in Middle Tennessee.
And then Tom Hutton, of course, for MUS, former Vol. He was unbelievable. Here's Chase Sutton with his second drive of the game. And that receiver flinched again. Here's a handoff off left tackle, maybe about 4 yards on first down, 2nd and 6. And I'm telling you, watch the replay.
Again,
he did it again.
He's moving every single time, and they're not calling it, though. I don't understand.
Here
we go, bottom of the screen here, on the bottom left, ball snapped. He does his hesitation every time. I don't know. And it's right there in front of the official, and nobody's calling it.
And the thing about it is that sometimes when you're split out this far, if it's a very loud game, you're simply watching the motion because you're not going to hear it. But he should be able to hear everything and hear and see. There's not a lot of noise here going on. It's not a huge crowd. It's big enough, but it's not something he wouldn't be able to hear. So 2nd and 6 for the Griffins from their own 24-yard line. 3-man front for the Bruins. Here's a handoff off left tackle. Absolutely going nowhere. Led by Ty O'Neill and a host of USJ Bruins on the right side of that Bruin defense.
Yeah, you're not going to run the ball to the left when you got Ty O'Neill sitting over there. But I'm telling you, look at the replay again. Grimsley does it yet again before the break. It's okay. It's all right. 3rd down, 3rd and 7.
It's not okay, but
what do you mean do? You mean go down there and talk to the officials? Hold my microphone. Hold my headset, Paul. I'll be back.
Don't mind. 5:34 left to go here in the first quarter. Bruins leading 9-0. Now the Griffins going back into the huddle. They don't really want to have to punt this ball to the Bruins already the way this team is clicking. So we've got bunch formation here for the Griffins, 3rd and 6. They'll need the 30-yard line. Here's Sutton with the snap, rolling to his right, looking for a man, and overshoots his receiver intended. That was Jake Seward, who is intended. He might have gotten the first down with a completion, but Sutton pushed that ball a little bit over the head of his intended receiver. Incomplete, 4th down for the Griffins. They'll have to punt.
Yeah, you could see Seward had a little bit of open space in front of him there. USJ had defense get a little bit of pressure, just missed him.
Oh, boy, we got our first look at Drake Gonzalez on this block. Did you see what he did to
Riley Seals? I saw
and
Riley
that's not
on the
an easy
there.
thing to do, man. Holy smokes, those are two big bodies colliding for sure. So Barksdale back at his own 44-yard line. If all goes well, the Bruins could have excellent field position. Here's a high snap that is taken in, and here's your punt that's going to hit around the 42-yard line of St. George. Not much on that punt, and then it goes out of bounds around the 46, so the Bruins will actually begin this possession inside Griffin territory at the 46-yard line with 5 minutes and 1 second left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, didn't get a lot of air into that punt. It's kind of a line drive angled right to the Bruins sideline over there. Hit and skipped and didn't gain a lot. Gained about 4 yards on the ground before finally setting out of bounds. A great field position for the Bruins.
So you got man down here on the bottom. Let's see if you maybe go test Spencer here down this left sideline. Let's see if they take a look at that on this possession. Here's a gift to Finch straight up the middle, that A-gap blast, and he's still on his feet, and he'll be close to a first down. Let's see where they spot it. Maybe just a skosh short of that first down. Nice gain by Kevin Finch on first down. And look, they're looking to make their money on the left side of that offensive line, and they're doing it.
This is the running to you. Look at these holes that they're opening up with the offensive line. But Finch is hit here and drags the Griffin 5 yards. Keeps those feet moving better than anybody else.
The gain of 9 will be 2nd and 1 for USJ. Here's a give to Finch, bouncing it out, breaks attack on the backfield, sidestep, still on his feet. He'll have enough for the first down. Not a whole heck of a lot more. Needed 1, got 2, and the Bruins will pick up a Thompson and Smith first down, 1st and 10 with 4:15 left to go in the first quarter from the Griffin 35-yard line.
We talked about it a second ago, how hard it is to stop Finch in the backfield. He's actually met at the line here. Number 27, Justin Bordeaux tried to bring him down. Finch just cuts hard to the right, gains two yards, never falls on his feet, but they do blow him dead after the first down gain.
Yeah, he shot that gap and looked like he had a great angle to take down Finch's backfield, which is something that almost never happens. You don't see a lot of negative plays for the Bruins.
One time all year that I can remember, Finch was brought down to the backfield, and I'm really making that up. I don't know that he was brought down that time.
I'm really making it up. Look at big Raleigh Seal split all the way down here to the bottom. We got twins to each side. Now back in motion towards the slot. Pettigrew from the gun. Finch to his right. Here's the handoff to Finch off left tackle, bounces it out, still on his feet, and picks up about 6 yards, maybe 7, down to the 28-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 3 for the Bruins.
Jamez Jordan on the tackle there was able to get Finch both of his ankles here. You see another big game for Finch. If he doesn't make this tackle here, we've got another first down, and we may be talking about touchdown because Seals is out there on the block.
Yeah, if you don't get contact on Kevin Finch till second level, you're going to be in trouble. He can either run through you, around you, however you'd like to do it. They'll call it a gain of 6, so we'll call it 2nd and 4 for your USJ Bruins. Same exact formation, same personnel as the previous play. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's the snap, gives to Finch. Not a whole lot doing that time, maybe about a yard. That'll set up 3rd and 3 for the Bruins.
Rhythm was messed up there. First time we've seen a high snap in a long time there. Pettigrew had to go up there to grab that ball, bring it down, and hand it to Finch. So some of the timing was messed up there a little bit, but first third down we see tonight for the Bruins.
That's a lot of cheerleaders, right?
Yes, that is a lot.
That's a lot of cheerleaders.
For a school this size, and you'll notice there's no kids in the stands, that means all of them are either on the field playing or on the sideline cheering.
Oh, the student section's right over there. There's a whole bunch of them.
Okay, never mind.
But there's as many cheerleaders as there are football players. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Here we go. 3rd and 3 for the Griffin. Again, same formation. This time Finch to the left. Here's Barksdale in motion in the right slot. Here's the snap. Pettigrew, straight back, fires, has his man. That's Pettigrew. That's actually Raleigh Seals. Catches it at the 20 and is taken down about the 17-yard line. That's going to be good for an 8-yard gain and more than enough for a Thompson and Smith first down and inside the red zone for the Bruins.
This was Riley Kelsey all night long. You'll see him here. Turns his head, goes out about 6 yards, stops, waits on the pass. Pettigrew delivers it for him, and he reminds me of Travis Kelsey when he's playing offense. It's Riley Seals. I know the kid.
What?
I know who the kid is, but I'm telling you, he reminds me of Travis Kelsey out there. Yeah.
I didn't make that connection when you first said it, but of course, duh, Murray. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the Griffin, 17-yard line. Finch to Pettigrew's left. Here's the snap. Play action. Pettigrew rolling to his left, floats it, finds his man Seals at the 10, at the 5, and into the end zone for a Thompson and Smith touchdown. The Bruins have struck once again.
You know, I feel sorry for Wes Smith here, number 44. He didn't know, do I need to go in and watch him here as Pettigrew takes his ball out to his left side. Number 44, he's trying to make a decision. Is he going to run it? Is he not? Seals is able to slip by him there, breaks up on defense because he thinks Pettigrew is going to keep it wide open.
Well, it starts with Pettigrew and the play action. It was a great job. St. George really bit on that time, no doubt. All right, English in for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Your new score with 1:20 left to go here in the first quarter, USJ 16 and St. George nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
You know, so if you're a casual fan, you know, and not like a Bruin alumni or you have somebody playing for them, I don't know if this is the team you want to watch, if what you want is good, close, tough, hard-fought football games, because this team is just hitting on all cylinders. Here's an extremely high kick that is taken at the 20, bobbling on the ground, now still up and going and finally taken down. But that ball had a stewardess on it from Alex English. Holy cow.
I really like seeing that kick there when Drew puts it up there, that really high to the edge, because I thought as soon as he bobbled it, we may pick it up. The Bruins may have the ball.
Make that Drew English,
yeah,
not Alex English, the former Denver Nugget.
Listen to me. I saved you with the
Kelsey
Drew
thing.
Yeah, I just saved you with the Drew thing. I was going to just let it go. Just move right on down.
Good.
We put you on Front Street the whole time.
Ah, man, that's my address. That's where my mail is delivered to Front
I know.
Street.
You're from Memphis, man. You're so dangerous. So dangerous. Speaking of Memphis, did you ever play at St. George's?
They didn't exist.
Oh, okay.
They didn't exist.
Well, there you go. So that's going to answer that.
So no, but we were in the district with Briarcrest.
Oh, how'd that work out?
Not well, but they were good games. First and 10 for the Griffins from the 20-yard line. Here is sophomore quarterback Chase Sutton, who's 0 for 2 from the air. Here we go. Here is a play action, and Sutton calling his own number off left tackle. And that's what you're probably going to need to see if you're St. George, is Sutton with his feet. He has more than enough for a first down. We'll call it a 15-yard gain up to the 33-yard line. And there's where you see the danger of Chase Sutton.
Right here, you'll see Sutton go around your left. Will Horton, who's a very good and true tackler. Sutton kind of gets around him right there coming off that block. Horton did, slow him down enough to lose his footing, but after the
and that
first
was
down
after
gain,
taking on a pulling offensive lineman who was about 2'7". That was a great job by Will Horton. That could have been a bigger gain. First and 10 for the Griffins with 42 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Here we go. Sutton with the handoff straight up the middle. A-gap dive, and it has big returns as it's another first down, 11 yards for the Griffin, and they're on the move to their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, Jaden Smith keeps it right up the middle this time. A little surprised we haven't seen Gonzalez out there yet, but Smith is running hard right through the middle. The holes were there. Well, we saw him up there on the block on the punt. We saw him, but
man, I'd have him in the backfield.
I think so too.
I'd have to.
Yeah, use him as fullback.
Plus, I'd be wanting to slow the game down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because this Bruin offense is really clicking right now. Last two possessions, 2 touchdowns. All right, here we go. First and 10. This should be the final play of the first quarter. Sutton from the pistol. High snap. Fake. Here's play action. Looking for his man. Has a man on the seam route, but overshoots him. That time, single coverage that time. And the Griffins had an opportunity looking for, I believe, Antonio Wallace. And Sutton just overshoots him. And that's going to put an end to the first quarter here. So after 12 minutes in Collierville, Tennessee, it's your USJ Bruins leading 16-0 over St. George on Worthy Road Studios.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle. And at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Welcome back to Collierville, Tennessee. Time for the second quarter for your USJ Bruins and St. George Griffins. 16-0. Bruins outscoring St. George in the first quarter. Griffins on the move, 2nd and 10 from their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, we had a clock issue. They're putting it back at 12 minutes. I noticed the clock was running the whole time. It was down to 11:52, but they put 12 minutes back on it.
That.
Well, I'm
get them, Big Daddy. Here's the snap, and it's a handoff off right tackle on the read option, and not much doing. Maybe a yard that time for St. George. Outstanding swarming defense once again for the Bruins.
Yeah, you're going to see guys like Tyle Neal, Brooks Jones. You can call out the names. About 3 different Bruins in here on the tackle for him. But, yeah, this was sniffed out. It was going nowhere fast.
Yeah, 3-man front that time, and that was Alex Wallace coming up in run support. We've been talking about that all year. We keep talking about him in run support, but he's been so good at it.
He really has. Parker Barnes, so good to see him back out there. I love watching him and Brooks play together as the linebackers here for the USJ.
Yeah, him and Horton both. It's great to get both of them back. They're very steady players, no question about it. So that's going to set up 3rd and 8 for the Griffins. They've got to have this one. Bruins a little late to formation, but they are set. Here's Sutton dropping back, looking to his left, firing. He has a man down the sideline. It is caught and out of bounds at the 27-yard line, hitting his man in stride. That's Jake Seward, the senior wide receiver, who got behind the secondary, and it was a beautiful strike from the sophomore Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton, we were talking about during the break, what a good ball he throws there. And this one's right here on the money. I thought, and I think a handful of other people thought, that Gonzalez going over the middle of the field was going to get that ball as a big target, but that's a perfect pass.
They found the mismatch they wanted. The receiver on a linebacker. That was Sam McMillan in coverage, and you can't get mad at a linebacker for trying to cover step for step on a go with a wide receiver. So here we go. First and 10. Griffins on the move at the Bruin 27-yard line. Here is a gift to the big man. Gonzalez off the right tackle, still on his feet at 250, rumbling and finally taken down at the 9-yard line. That is Drake Gonzalez, the big junior running back that we've been telling you about. That's his first carry, and you see what we were talking about.
Yeah, that kid looks really good and really big here. You don't see a lot of people able to run through some USJ tackles, but he really does. He's not easy to bring down and runs well for his size. He's huge.
And Barksdale was not about to try to wrap him up top. He went for those feet and got him down. Smart move by 8. So it looked like this was just going to be, lights out once again, but the Griffins here in the second quarter inside. They've got first and goal from the Bruin 9-yard line. Now here's Wildcat to Gonzalez, straight up the middle. Now he is popped at the line of scrimmage. Sam McMillan and a couple of other Bruins pop him after about a yard gain.
McMillan just went, we've got a flag coming in now. We're breaking some players up here. Not sure what the penalty is. Yeah, Sam McMillan hit Gonzalez hard.
And I tell you what, 55 really angered one of these officials. We'll see what happens here. Now, there's a penalty for sure. 55 in gold for St. George. Somebody's drawing a flag. I think it's him, but we'll see because the official was very animated about it.
Yeah, he got him back quick. I mean, maybe because you had a Bruin defender down. I never did see the number there, but.
Boy, Sam McMillan.
He stood him up.
Gonzalez is every bit of 250. Unsportsmanlike against USJ and unsportsmanlike against St. George. These are going to be offsetting.
Yeah, not sure. But we don't know what we'll be able to see there as far as what the penalties are. But, yeah, the replay where McMillan hits a large Gonzalez here. I mean, it looks like he ran into a brick wall coming out of this Wildcat. You'll see McMillan right here. Get him, wrap him up, and go straight down.
That's actually Parker Barnes that forced that fumble. And that ball did
come out. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was Parker Barnes with that big hit.
I missed the
ball.
Who
weighs about 160 pounds.
I missed the ball coming out during the original play. Saw it on the replay.
Here we go. Here's Sutton with the give. No, he keeps it, rolls to his left and looking for his man. And what a beautiful play on defense that time by Will Horton. Looked like a sure reception about the 1-yard line. Horton dives in and knocks that ball loose. Would have easily been a pickup down to about the 1. And Horton forces the incompletion. What a play.
Look at this hands and heads up movement. He has one hand on the ground when Horton brings his right hand up there to pull that ball out.
Well, that was all Will Horton right there because that looked for sure on the play-action rollout that was going to be at least.
Yeah, if he keeps his balance, he can back into the end zone there after that. Great play by Horton.
For sure. What a play by the senior Will Horton. So third and goal. Third and goal for the Griffins. Here's the snap. Rolling to his right, firing over the middle, and completes the touchdown. We'll get you the number on the reception, but that was not Sutton who threw that football. Yes, it was. That was Sutton. It was Sutton on the touchdown, and the Griffins for the first time tonight have scored. I did not see the number on that receiver.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. There was I saw some confusion in the Bruins secondary there with Horton. They kind of got crossed up. Almost rubbed each other out there to fall down for Horton and leaving a wide open Griffin.
Diego Guerrera for the extra point. It's up, and he kicks that thing back to Cordova. So your new score with 9:29 left to go here in the first half. USJ 16 and St. George 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town, with another funeral home, or even in another state. But we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Top of the Top of the third in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And the Phillies leading San Diego 1-0. I'm going to need to here. I can't hear me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting blown out, but yeah, you're on. I can hear you good.
All right, 9:29 left to go here in the first half, and the Griffin getting ready to kick off for the first time to USJ since the opening kick. Kick will be taken by Spencer at about the 15-yard line down that left sideline. Pop still on his feet. Now bounces it out. If he can find a wall, finds a crease, still on his feet, and finally taken down about the 37-yard line. That was Noah Spencer, and he did a great job. He waited. He was patient, bounced back and broke a tackle, and was able to pick up about another 15 yards on that return.
And the guy he broke the tackle against was number 5, Drake Gonzalez. You'll see him hit Spencer here, right here. Tries to just stand him up, throw him down. Spencer bounces right off, swings it around, gets another 6 yards out of it.
He wasn't having any of that, was it, Chiquita?
Not a bit.
All right, so the Bruins will begin. Still fantastic field position. 9:18 left to go here in the first half. Bruins leading 16-7. They'll start this drive from their own 38-yard line. Twins to the right. Finch to the right of Pettigrew. Here's the handoff to Finch off left tackle. Patient running will result in about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, Finch just doing what he does over there to that left side, able to get around and gain 4 yards every time he touches the ball.
I'll take 4 or 5 yards every single carry if I can get it.
Yeah, absolutely. And swinging out there on the block, pulling was number 61 for the Bruins. That's Rory Jones there, keeping that lane clear. But, yeah, 4 or 5 yards every time for Finch.
Yeah,
that'll play just right.
You know, he and guys like Mark Cox on the interior of that offensive line for the Bruins, just brutal when they pull, for sure. Second and 6 for the Bruins from their own 43-yard line. Here's a snap gift to Kevin Finch. Breaks a tackle, and then he's not going much any place. That may be back to the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a half-yard gain. That's going to set up third and a long 5 for the Bruins.
One of the few times you don't see Finch get, 3 to 4 yards at it. The Griffins had this sniffed out here. Pretty good defense, pretty good coverage, and you saw the penetration again by Gonzalez there, number 5. He's kind of stepping in there. Not the best tackler. He stands straight up when he tackles or attempts to tackle, but he's big enough to at least get in the way.
After a blazing start for the Bruins, old Mo is tilted towards the Griffin here in the last 10 minutes of game time. Third and a long 5 for the Bruins. Here's Seals in motion, Twins to the left. Here's the snap. Pettigrew dropping straight back, looking under pressure, slips through, finds a seam, still on his feet, now needs a block, gets it from his receiver, Seals, and gets the Thompson and Smith first down. Ladies and gentlemen, on the film, the coaches are going to go crazy when they see what Raleigh Seals did for his quarterback because he picked up that first down for him. Watch here on the replay. You'll see a lot of pressure. Great job stepping up into the pocket. Here's Raleigh Seals over here, and what does he do? Boom, he gets just enough of the defender to give Pettigrew the opportunity to get the edge and the first down into Griffin territory down to the 48.
Pettigrew made a great job there. Good decision, stepping up, able to swing around. And we told you, he can run. He doesn't do it a lot, but he can certainly do it when he needs to.
First and 10 for the Bruins. Here's the snap. Give to Finch. Bouncing it out to the left side. And a nice gain on first down, still going. He'll pick up about 7 yards.
One of the reasons I think this RPO works so well here for USJ on this is look how long Pettigrew's arms are. He holds that thing out. Finch can get it in stride. They're not bumping into each other or anything. He's able to just pick that up cleanly, no rubs, no anything.
Yeah, he's done a great job with his play action as well, too. They absolutely bit in that first quarter. Pettigrew, a master of disguise with the football. 7 minutes exactly here in the second quarter. Bruins leading by 9 with the football. 2nd and 2 from the Griffin 40-yard line. 3 wide receiver set, scratch it, make it 4 trips to the right. Here's a high snap, Pettigrew swing pass to Finch. It was behind him. He had to go get it. Now trying to get that edge for the first down. Didn't need much, didn't get much, but it's going to be close. It depends on the spot. I think he's right there on it. Should be just enough for a Thompson and Smith first down. Patient running that time after the catch by Kevin Finch.
Yeah, Finch gets it. Finch is patient. And again, you'll see Gonzalez come here. He gets juked out, gets the move, not quite in on the tackle. Always in the play, not in on the tackle yet is Gonzalez, but another big man chasing you down.
And it was just enough for a first down, and the Bruins are on the move once again at the 38-yard line with 6:41 left to go here in the first half. Twins to your left. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's the snap. Play action, looking for his man, a little 5-yard out. That's Pettigrew. That's Jace Barksdale with the catch and breaks a tackle and gets enough for a first down. He'll get all the way down to the 24-yard line, breaks that first tackle, and, boy, just accelerates. You love to see the junior slot receiver right there. Look at this.
You'll see
right
him catch just right over the middle,
Boom.
step right over a defender.
Hurdles
here.
him.
Yeah, it goes right over the top of a defender, gets 5 more yards, big enough for the first down gain for the Bruins.
Yeah, and a couple of defenders are trying to get him. He gets through there so fast, they knock coconuts and going off in different directions. They thought they had him dead to rights, and he said, look at this. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the Griffin 24-yard line. Here's the snap. Pettigrew looking. He wants to go left now. Fires. Has his man complete past the sticks. Still on his feet and taken down about the 4-yard line. That is going to be Jace Barksdale once again. This has been his drive. He's getting something going. He and Finch getting it going, along with that Pettigrew scramble that picked up the first down, and now the Bruins in business. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line with 5:50 left to go here in the first half.
You're not going to see a much more accurate pass than this one right here by Pettigrew. And his size, the way he's able to see over that line and even over the linebackers there, but he puts that thing right on the dime, right in the soft coverage there to Barksdale.
Spreading the defense out. Here's a give to Finch straight up the middle. Finds a lane, a crease, and into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the evening. Kevin Finch, the 4-yard dash, and the Bruins strike pay dirt once again.
Yeah, 2nd time tonight, right there on it for Finch. He gets that opening, gets that hole, he just gets in there. When he gets in the red zone, he appears to be even faster.
4 yards for the Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. Now in for the extra point. Let's see which one this one is. The Bruins, that is Cooper Sykes. Cooper Sykes in for the extra point. Bruins will rotate their kickers, as you well know.
Yeah, it makes it fun that way. I like it.
For sure. Snap, hold, all good. The kick is as well. And your new score with 5:29 left to go here in the first half. Your USJ Bruins 23 and St. George 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Welcome back to Collierville, Tennessee, home of the St. George Griffins, who are right now trailing your USJ Bruins 23-7. Great answer that time for the Bruins after momentum had been on the side of the Griffins for a few minutes there. Bruins take it right back.
That huge 3rd down play by Pettigrew and the block by Riley Seals there, because otherwise, you're punting this ball from midfield. But that really, was the key play of the drive to me.
And I 1,000% sign off on that. I totally agree. Here we go. Here is English with a high kick that will head out of bounds.
That's his second one, little squib to the sideline there. I wonder if they're trying to work on something here, because English can kick it through the end zone if he needs to.
Sure.
They're almost telling him to kick it high, squib it high to that sideline. So, we talked about, USJ is going to be working on some things. Obviously St. George, this isn't a do whatever you want to game for sure, but it seems like that's probably a plan.
That'll be next week.
That'll be next week.
Yeah, next week will be the do what you got to do game.
See if you can spin the ball on the finger where you run into the score.
Hey, Mom.
Whoa. Well,
the Griffins going to take
the
ball 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. It's still a 2-possession game, but just barely. But just barely. 5:29 left to go here in the first half. Sutton from the gun. Smith to his left. He hands off to Smith, still on his feet and taken down at the 39-yard line. That'll be good for 4. Second and 6 for St. George.
Yeah, Brooks Jones in there on the tackle there for the Bruins. He was able to run through the first line of defense and get a hole there, but Jones stuffed him. Riley Seals checking back into the game as number 57, Braden Roberts, checks out for the Bruins.
Yeah, Jaden Smith, just a sophomore, nice-looking running back.
Yeah, they got a lot of, so I'm going through that we don't have the sizes or the positions on here, but if you're just looking junior, senior, sophomore, there's a whole lot of sophomores and a couple of freshmen, but a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors.
Yeah, and there's some beef along that offensive line.
Yeah, there is.
That you can believe. Sutton from the gun. Here's a man in motion. The snap. Sutton gives off left tackle, and not a lot doing, maybe about a yard. Host of Bruins that time. Brooks Jones, a part of that pack for sure.
Yeah, Brooks Jones, Parker Barnes getting in there on that action, sealing that up where just a very short gain, if any at all, there for the Griffins. What's a griffin, by the way?
It's a mythical creature.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Eagle, what's the other part?
Like a
Maybe
minotaur.
Lion, I think.
Like a minotaur, right?
Minotaur, yes.
Yeah, minotaur.
Yeah, just different animals or different combo, if you will.
A griffin. I like it.
3rd and 4 for St. George from their own 41-yard line. They'll need the 45. Here's Sutton with the snap, rolling to his right under pressure, looking for a man out of flat. He has it. It's enough for the first down. He breaks a tackle, still on his feet in the Bruin territory. At the 30, the 20, and still on his feet. There's a flag. There's going to be added some more yardage on this one, but all the way down to about the 6-yard line. That's number 3. Antonio Wallace, the senior wideout who made a man miss out in the flat and did the rest. And that's going to be half the distance to the goal, I do believe. We're going to have a personal foul here, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Griffins inside the 5.
Yeah, you're going to have a face mask here. I mean, nothing you can do. You're just grabbing hold of him, trying to bring him down. You'll see on the replay here, he was able to beat his man as he swings out here to the edge. Right here, Sutton looks good, running hard to the right there.
Okay, so he just ran a drag route is what he was doing. Okay, I didn't know where he came from because he wasn't coming out of the backfield and he wasn't slotted over there. So he ran a drag route, and, yeah, no doubt on that face mask that time. 1st and goal from the Griffins. Here's Gonzalez off right tackle and into the end zone. He is a load. No question about it. That 250-pound frame is into the end zone, and the Griffins strike for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, and this is probably where Gonzalez is going to be used. That Wildcat package when you're 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, right there on the goal line for a score. He's going to be tough to bring down. He gets a couple of steps on you.
So just like that, after a big 3rd down conversion, the Griffins punch it into the end zone. Guerra for the extra point. It's up, and boy, that ball explodes off of his foot, man. That ball's 30
really
yards
does.
past the upright. It is good, and your new score with 3:31 left to go here in the first half. USJ 23 and St. George 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Welcome back to Collierville, Tennessee. 3:31 left to go here in the first half, and the Bruins leading by 9. Here's your kickoff that's going to be taken by Tunstall at the 18-yard line up to the 30. Finds a seam, still on his feet, still going, and all the way up to the 44-yard line. That's a 26-yard return for Aaron Tunstall, the junior wideout. Boy, he exploded right through the middle and got all the way up to the 44. Outstanding return.
Tunstall doesn't get a lot of these returns, but he really gets shot out of a cannon right here, runs through the line. Thought he had a little bit working there. I'm telling you, one more tackle, and Tunstall could be taking it all the way.
And that was Gonzalez on the tackle. They got the big man working. Hey, big man. So we got a stoppage in play, and they're going to have Gonzalez come off the field. Not sure what that's about. Maybe some blood?
Yeah, looks like. Helmet came. Yeah, it's blood. It is 100% blood.
Is it his?
That's fair. Wipe it off no matter what.
It might belong to a deer. That dude is a load. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 44. with 3:23 left to go in the first half. Here's a give to Kevin Finch straight up the middle. Now bouncing it out, still on his feet, keeps those feet moving, pushing, and he will end up with about a 3-yard gain there on first down. 2nd and 7 Bruins from their own 47.
Yeah, Bruins run it to the left side there because normally that's where Gonzalez is on it. So he's able to take it through the middle and kind of cut to the left, trying to get a gain there. But, yeah, might as well make hay while you can when Gonzalez is on the sideline for this defense, getting wrapped up.
I noticed you hadn't mentioned the down marker. When you saw that FACS, when it was illuminated like that,
you went
crazy over it.
Well, I've seen it now. Now it's just old hat.
Too. That's exactly what I called it. Here's Kevin Finch off left tackle. Nothing doing that time. I say nothing doing. He did get about 2 yards on that up to midfield, and that is going to set up 3rd and 4 for the Bruins with 2:30 left to go.
Yeah, Finch going hard to the left side here. We'll see this on the replay. Yelling it for a hold here. I don't see a hold anywhere. Finch just hits it and just about runs through 3 Griffins there.
Boy, how about Drury hitting into the shift right there, 1st and 3rd. Daddies, what a beautiful job by Brandon Drury.
A lot of people at home watching this Bruin game really give a rip about that.
That you felt the need to say that?
Here we go, 3rd and 4 for the Bruins.
Shut up. 3rd and 3 from the Griffin 49-yard line, and every person who had a flag, and some people even went to the store and bought a flag so they could throw it on this one. That clearly a false start by the Bruins, and they're going to back it up. So what was 3rd and 3 now becomes 3rd and 8.
Yeah, long way to go now for the Bruins. Obviously that changes the play call here, right?
You would think so, but, everything's in play with the Bruins. They're so skilled. They have so many different people that they can be. I mean, run is not out of because they're certainly not going to be playing run.
Right.
And if I can isolate Kevin Finch on linebacker, maybe off tackle, I'd do that. That's what it's the beauty.
Is it 4-down territory if you get past the 50 here? If you get 5 or 6 on this one, do you go for it on 4th and 3, 4th and 2?
The timeout for the Bruins, we're going to keep it here with them, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason that I don't do that is because let's remember something. It's a 1:19, so if you don't get it, you're looking at St. George at your 43-yard line, somewhere in that area for – 1:15, you got to hold them off, and they get the ball.
And they have 3 timeouts, too.
And this is only a 9-point game.
And they have 3 timeouts. You're right.
And they have 3 timeouts. This is either get it or punt.
Okay. I don't disagree with that.
I would say it, but.
No, go ahead. It's in the timeout, and I'm sure a lot of people are deciding which game to watch. But oh, man,
did he
catch that. Yeah,
he
didn't open his glove. Look,
did he still get there, though? Did the runner even run?
No, he slapped it down. He squeezed his glove too soon.
Oh, yeah, there's the runner. Okay, I was waiting to see Drury. I thought he might have been like, I'm out.
Yeah, run comes across, 1-1, tied the NLCS.
Good guys.
Padres and the Phillies, all knotted up.
Speaking of the good guys, your USJ Bruins need 8 yards for the first down. 1:19 to go from the Griffin 46-yard line. Tight formation, twins to each side. Here's Pettigrew with the snap. Looking, plenty of time now. Fires across the middle, has his man. That's Barksdale at the 45 and out of bounds around the 37-yard line. I call it the 38-yard line. That's a Thompson and Smith first down. But, boy, look at the patience of Berkeley Pettigrew. The offensive line giving him the time that he needs, and Pettigrew throwing the strike.
Yeah, Pettigrew is really, really honed in tonight. His passes are so accurate, and how big is Barksdale? When you need a play, he's obviously where you're looking. But look at this right here. Barksdale coming hard to that left side.
Griffin's only rushed 3, and the Bruins absolutely making them pay for that. Here we go. 1st and 10. Here's the snap. It's a give to Finch straight up the middle. Trying to plow over defenders, but it's a host of Griffin, but not before Finch gets about 4 yards, so that'll get him inside the 35, down to about the 33-yard line with exactly 57 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, USJ, pushed him back there, and then still ended up tackling him anyway after the whistle there, but yeah, that ball's going to be up about 4.
We'll call it a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Bruins. 44 seconds left to go. Twins to the left, single wide receiver to the right. Here's Pettigrew with the snap, firing downfield, looking for his man downfield. Did he hold on to it? He did not. He did not. Noah Spencer could not come up with that when it looked. That was a great throw by Berkeley Pettigrew. Found his man. just slipping past the defender on that left seam, goes over the top of the safety. Pettigrew throws a strike, and Spencer cannot haul it in.
You got to give a ton of credit to Jordan Thomas there. As Spencer was rolling down, Jordan Thomas was on top of him and knocks that ball loose, much like Will Horton did on a potential touchdown-saving breakup down here on the other side for the Griffins. But, yeah, all the credit there goes to Jordan Thomas. Really good defense for the Griffins because that was 6.
Yeah, that was 6. Here we go. Pettigrew with the snap. Under pressure, now rolling to his left, looking, firing downfield, and taken in. Holy cow, what a catch by Jace Barksdale. It's good enough for a Thompson & Smith first down. How did he go up and catch that football?
Jace Barksdale's an athlete. He can jump up and get high. But look at Pettigrew right here, knowing exactly where the line of scrimmage is, running just about a yard shy from it and making that toss in the only spot where the only person could get it was Barksdale. And these guys, you think they know each other well?
Yeah, you got, and that's a great point. That is over and over and over, repetition, over and over again. That's knowing your receiver, knowing your quarterback, knowing the situation in the game.
Yeah, I mean you've got a freak athlete like Barksdale. He knew he could go up and get that one. They've ran that route, their whole lives, playing from Bears football to middle school football together. They knew exactly what they could do there. Really good job.
Love Collierville. Sassy, 1st and 10 from the Griffin 22-yard line. So they are in field goal range. Have a timeout left in their pocket, but the Bruins aren't thinking field goal, are they?
No.
They're not thinking first down.
And honestly, they shouldn't because, the past 2 drives, the Griffins have put it together. Yeah, USJ needs to keep throwing points on the board.
1st and 10 from the Griffin 22-yard line with exactly 24 seconds left to go. So we got Davis Sane and Raleigh Seals over here. Look at the height over here on the right side. Now Seals in motion to the slot. Here's the snap. Pettigrew looking to his right, looking for his man, fires across the middle, complete, and taken down immediately about the 13-yard line. That's Raleigh Seals. With 15 seconds left, the Bruins looks like they're going to take their final. It says they have.
Yeah, this is their 3rd timeout. They're a timeout behind.
Okay,
yeah, the Bruins have had 3 timeouts.
Timeout.
Griffins haven't taken any during the first half. So this is the final timeout for the Bruins here. And I like it going across the middle. Now everything's open because this ball is going to be down right around with the 14-yard line. So everything's open. Catch it in the end zone or get it out here.
Yeah,
you got a couple plays to go at it.
Around the 2-yard line, but that is not what they are looking for.
No, well, you're not going to have any time. You got 15 seconds.
Yeah, so this is you're going to should have theoretically 2 looks. Unless you throw it short. Now, if you throw it short and get tackled, you got to get up there and spike that football.
Well, you got to get out of bounds. If you throw it short,
right,
it's to the sideline.
If you don't get out of bounds, you got to get up there and get that thing done. I think they can. The average play runs you about 6 seconds. Everybody have to get up and spike that ball and be ready. And it is first down, so that's not an issue. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the 12. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's Barksdale in motion. Swinging, faking to his left. Now firing across the middle. It is broken up. Dangerous pass that time. Going for Raleigh Seals into double coverage, and Jordan Thomas nearly intercepted that football.
Yeah, Jordan Thomas jumped in front of it right here. You'll see on the replay. Barksdale, even his route, he never really leaves. He didn't get past the 10-yard line. That was going to Raleigh Seals all day, and Bruins caught a break on what could have been a pick there.
Okay, with 9 seconds left, this play has to go into the end zone. Has to.
You got Davis Sane here.
Yeah,
this is exactly what you're looking for.
I
that
love
back
what
pylon,
you're thinking.
That back pylon. They've been practicing it all year. We've seen it a handful of times.
And he's got single coverage on a man that he's a foot taller than. Let's see if Pettigrew spots that. Here's the snap looking, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's going for that back shoulder throw in the end zone. Catches the ball, but just out of bounds. The call was absolutely right. That's what they wanted. They had the mismatch, but that ball led just a little bit too far and out of bounds. That'll set up 3rd and goal or make it 3rd and 10 from the 12 with 5 seconds left.
It gets here. You'll see it. Instead of hitting that back pylon, it's just a little bit too much to the side there. Sane does make the grab, but not quite in.
I thought he might have been able to get
those long legs.
That right foot down.
Yeah. Well, his legs are 6 foot longer themselves. So
the Bruins won a challenge. I'm kidding, of course. Here we
got
go.
The replay.
English on for the extra point from the left hash. Should be the final snap play of the first half. Here's the kick from English. It is up, and it is good as the horn blows to signify the end of the first half. 3 more on the board for the Bruins. So your score at the half, USJ 26 and St. George 14. My friends, that is how the cookie crumbles here in the first half. That's a Nest Realty field goal, and the Bruins will take a 12-point lead into the half on Worthy Road Studio.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night. This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's Warranty Forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
And welcome back to Collierville, Tennessee. We're here at the half, and it seems like every week there's a celebration at the half that extends the half by 45 minutes.
It does. It does. I wasn't going to bring it up to your attention, but I guess you did see that. It's a lot of senior nights, a lot of, appreciation
when
stuff.
I look up at the clock and it says 25 minutes and it starts running, you know what it is.
Britney Spears is going to perform. There's going to be a lot of halftime shows.
Tuning in right now, your score here at the half here in Collierville, Tennessee is your USJ Bruins 26 and St. George 14. Before we tell you some scores from around West Tennessee, Chuck, your thoughts on what you saw in the first 24.
You know, I think USJ's actually played this team really well. St. George is I knew that they were going to be a tough out for them. They're even better than I thought. I think two things really came into USJ's favor. Number one, that Drew English field goal to end the first half. Those are 3 points, and when you couple them with the 2 points from the safety, those are big 5 points because you're talking about that point. You take those 5 off the board, you're looking at 21-14, a one-score game with the Griffins getting the ball to start the second half. So those are the two biggest plays that I saw. Really good job, really well executed by USJ, but this team's not bad at all.
You know, I would say that the Bruins are a second-half team, but they're also a first-half team.
Yeah, but
so
I
don't know what they're not.
With the exception of last week in the third quarter where Trinity was able to get a little bit of traction. By the way, 24-21, the Eagles lead the Lions right now in the Battle of Jackson. Yeah, it's a heck of a game. But other than that third quarter, USJ has really turned it up in the second half. So I'm thinking about games. You know, I know they didn't score in the second half against Hardin County. They didn't have to, but they played really, really good football. You think about the second half against Jackson Christian, where they just kicked the doors down and then took off the hinges. So yeah, this is a good second half team.
Bruins with the 12-point lead. What do you need to see in the second half for the Bruins to get an 8-1 in the next hour or so?
Blocking. I wanted their blocking to continue. I thought the blocking was so crisp and so good the first half. I would like to see them make a adjustment to some of these runs. I was in the bathroom. You can hear people talking in there, and some of the Bruin fans were talking about, why don't we swap to 3-4 against teams that run? So you're curious to see what you're going to do defensively. Are you a fan of that? I know you played defense a lot in high school. Swapping up your base defense depending on the team for second half, or you think in high school you kind of do what you do?
I don't think that you do what you do. I think people used to do what you do, and that's why you got to do whack-a-do score. No, you can make adjustments, but in this case, look, when you got a guy like Sutton, there is a lot that's going on each and every play because he also showed you capable touch. Mm-hmm. He's got an arm. He can roll to his right, to his left. He can keep it. He's got a couple capable running backs. You could switch formations here if you want to, but I think that this offense is going to present problems to any formation just based upon the personnel. And I definitely know the play caller, and I know he's good at what he does. So there's certainly that. And good grief, I almost said stuff on the air I shouldn't say. But that's what happens when the Phillies take a 2-1 lead? 3-1 lead.
3-1 lead
that
now.
was
Still
not the
hitting, yeah.
case.
Oh, 2 outs.
There you go. What sucks is this is on Musgrove. Let's take a look at some scores from around West Tennessee. Chuck just mentioned to you 24-21. That game taking place at TCA, right? I believe that game's at TCA.
It's at TCA.
And the Lions trailing the Eagles 24-21. Let's take a look at some scores from around West Tennessee. You know, every time you think you know a little something about high school football and you've got it figured out, you see scores. They just don't rightly make a lot of sense to you. You know, Albine has been an interesting football team all season long, but they're real interesting tonight because not only are they beating Dresden in Dresden, they're beating them 35-7 in the second quarter. That's 7-1 Dresden, by the way.
Yeah,
whose only
very
losses
surprised.
to McKenzie. That's the same Dresden team that beat Westview already this year to kick the season off, and O'Bien's got them by 4 touchdowns in Dresden.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Here's another one that surprises me a little bit, although we did say that Huntington gives everybody problems. Huntington right now at the half leads Peabody 21-14.
Remember, that's a game that you can watch at the Trent Peabody Facebook page and as well as WNWS.com, courtesy of Worthy Road Studio. More scores for you in the Commissioner's Cup with under 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Last score, we had the Hawks leading Northside 7-6. Good game there in the Commissioner's Cup. I like to see that.
Absolutely.
Lexington doubling up Crockett County at the half. This is a Lexington team you don't want to play because they're going to find their way into the playoffs, and you don't want to play them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They've already beaten Hardin County and gave Haywood County by far their stiffest test of the year. Coach Hollingsworth has the Tigers playing good football. After starting off 0-2 on the season, they're 5-1 in their last 6 games. Union City on top of Liberty, 34-0. That game with 4 minutes left to go in the first half. McKenzie all over Brewston, 42-0 at the half. Gleason leading Perry County 24-0 at the half. See if we get some more scores here for you. At the half in Covington, Tennessee, the aforementioned Haywood County Tomcats playing quite well as per usual. They lead the Chargers 20-3 at the half. Any surprises to you on that?
No, not at all. I mean, I know Covington's a great team, but yeah, Haywood, you just locked in. And I watched an interview today with Coach Chris Smith talking about their big homecoming win against South Gibson last week. And that dude right there, can you know Shane Jacobs? Like, you can play for Shane Jacobs. Chris Smith reminds me the same way, man. I'd let my kid play for him in a heartbeat.
He was coaching here a couple years ago at Germantown High School for the Red Devils. Took a winless program, turned them into an undefeated one within a year, I think it was. I mean, that's not by accident. It show ain't luck. Not around here for sure. Gibson County only 2-6 on the season, but beating Greenfield at the half, 35-0. That game in Dyer, and the Pioneers putting it on them. As Chuck mentioned to you, Huntington leading Trenton Peabody at Walter Kilser Stadium, 21-14 at the half. In Rivley, Tennessee, Westview really getting things going after that first game of the season, that loss to Dresden. They've gone 6-1 since. They lead Ripley 21-0 at the half in Ripley, Tennessee. Brighton and Dyer County, the Choctaws with the 18-7 lead over the Cardinals, and that's your look at high school football in the first half. Our score, if you're just tuning in, USJ leading St. George 26-14. We'll take this timeout, come back, and get you ready for third quarter action here in Collierville as your Bruins lead St. George 26-14 at the half on Worthy Road Studio.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night. This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses. and a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
Lifestyle Vision, located at Thompson Farms, offers patient-centered comprehensive eye exams. Select your new look with our latest styles from exclusive brands. Come see us Monday through Friday 8 to 5 or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood, fungus, and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Tired of being seen and not heard? At Lifestyle Vision, we believe in patient-centered quality eye care for West Tennessee, which is why we are locally owned and operated. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
It's time for the 4th annual Lifeline Car Giveaway.
And Joe Mahan Ford is proud to donate a car again this year.
Give blood with Lifeline between Memorial Day and Labor Day for a chance to win a 2019 Ford EcoSport. Join Lifeline.
And Joe Mahan Ford and give blood this summer.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
That, but they actually have not gotten onto the sidelines. So we are back on, yes?
We are now. You got to hit that button. If you're going to take it yourself, they're going to extend the halftime a little bit. Teams are still stretching here after the 46 seconds. No big deal. But, yeah, you got to hit that button or just let me know and I'll hit it for you.
I haven't touched that button all night.
Yep, and anytime it's on, they won't be able to hear it. Well, yeah, you don't have to, but you got to let somebody know something. You're just going to start talking. If you're going to start talking, you got to let somebody know. Go ahead.
What
were you saying?
Actually,
that is fair.
No, I know you're not.
That is fair.
No, you're not. I'll walk home before you do. 26-14, the Bruins with the lead here over St. George. Now, next week we will be back in the 901, but it'll be a very different place. We'll be at Harding Academy off of Cherry Road. It's off Cherry Road. Over a park in Poplar in that neighborhood, close to University of Memphis, if you will.
Okay.
I can't remember what golf course that is over there. Galloway? I think
never played it
in that neighborhood.
Yeah, I played a lot of courses. Only a handful of courses.
I think that's the name of it. And Harding Academy. I played on that field. I played on that field against their athletic director, Kevin Speedy Starks, who has had a great career at his alma mater. Man, he's been the athletic director. I believe been the basketball coach there as well. And just a great career. I believe his wife has been a basketball coach there as well. And next week, and it's been a rough year for the Lions. I don't believe they've won this year. I have to double check on that, but
they have not. You talking about Harding County?
Matter of fact, no, Harding Academy. It's right there. Yeah, 0-8.
They have not won this year.
0-8 on the season. It's not been a good season for the Lions, and that's the deal. If you're 0-8, unless you're like the Detroit Lions in 0-8, you don't really want to be playing this Bruins team. And as you look right there, as we see, not a lot of defense, and the most points they've scored all year long was 14 points. And that was last week against a Tith and Rosemark team. They lost 27-14. We beat Tith and Rosemark. Was it 64-0? Something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot to a little.
I don't exactly remember the score, but I want to say it was somewhere like 62 or 64-0. The Bruins took care of business earlier in the season. But yes, the Lions only going over 7 points twice this year, both in double-digit losses to Memphis Business and to Tipton Rosemark. So they're playing Fayette Academy tonight at Fayette Academy. And, of course, your Bruins will finish off their regular season here in the 901 against Harding Academy at 7 o'clock kickoff. Pregame starts at 6:30, and we will have that coverage for you. Don't forget tonight, after this one is over with, Bryce Mott, almost said Bryce Drew, Bryce Mott with the postgame show. He'll lovingly deliver you all the way to 10 o'clock, so you'll definitely want to check that out. We, in the meantime, are about ready for third quarter action. That was a long halftime, but now it's finally time to get it on. That means English will swing that big right leg, and this time he does. It bounces about the 10-yard line, taken right there, going out to his left, still on his feet, and finally taken down. That's going to be Antonio Wallace, the senior running back, who had our senior wide receiver. Remember, he had that big play that set up that second score for the Griffin late in the second quarter.
Yeah, Aaron Tunstall in on the tackle there for the Bruins, and boy, Tunstall is just so quick. And I guess I should have known that, but he comes at you just hard.
Yeah, remember he had that 28-yard kickoff return.
That's right,
He accelerated.
Second quarter.
Yeah, got up to the 44-yard line. All right, so first possession of the second half for the Griffin, and Sutton from the gun. Here's the snap. Give. Off of right tackle, not much doing this time, and it is going to be the one and only Noah Spencer taking down a bigger running back. He just held on for dear life, strung that bad boy out beautifully, and that's going to be about a 3-yard loss on the carry. Jaden Smith, the sophomore running back, just couldn't shake Spencer.
He really couldn't, and Spencer gets a hold of him, and he won't let go. And now he's not let go. He's not being carried forward either. He's bringing him back. Really nice tackle by the sophomore.
Yeah, and Sam McMillan over there to provide the assist on the tackle and getting him out on the ground, and that'll set up 2nd and 13 for the Griffins from their own 21-yard line.
Did you just hear a phone ring?
Yeah, but it was like in the air.
Okay, good. I was making sure it wasn't us.
Microphone picks it up here. Push that down just a little. There you go, brother. Thank you so much. Here is Sutton, and calls his own number off of right tackle, and not much doing there because Sam McMillan sniffed that out all the way. He may get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to set up make it that 3rd and 13. They'll give him a yard, and we'll call it 3rd and 12 for the Griffin.
And this is what you want to see coming out of halftime here for the Bruins. Really disciplined defense. Even if that ball is handed off, it's not going anywhere. That ball doesn't have a chance to get across the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly defended. McMillan, he diagnosed that all the way, and he was right there to meet Sutton right around the line of scrimmage. Great play by the Bruin linebacker. 3rd and 12 for St. George. Twins out of the bunch formation. Here's Sutton rolling to his left, looking now, turning and firing all the way back across the field. Hits his man in stride, finds him. That is Thomas, who gets past the defenders and is taken down at the 26-yard line. That's a 57-yard connection from Sutton to Thomas. Jordan Thomas came open, just got past the defender, and Sutton throws a dart across his body.
He hits Thomas in stride. That is a very impressive throw, and Spencer's there to bring in the tackle. But there is no defense against a perfect pass, but he hit it. He hit Thomas again in stride. He was running, stopped, set his feet, and just threw it.
Well, I thought there was no way he'd be able to set and throw. They wouldn't have enough strength, but he certainly did. Here's a man in motion for the Griffin. Here is the handoff straight up. A-gap blast, still on his feet, still carrying Bruins. Nice gain that time of about 7 yards for the Griffin. That's Jaden Smith on the carry, the sophomore running back.
Yeah, Alex Wallace coming in making the tackle for USJ, but really nice gain. And here goes that momentum thing again. 3rd and 12 connection. Now all of a sudden you got an 8-yard gain to start the drive here.
Kind of a lot of hand tackling right there on that carry. I don't know if you saw that. Need to wrap up. Bruins normally do a very solid job of that. 2nd and 2 for the Griffin on the move. 9-10 left to go here in the third quarter. The initial possession for the Griffin, and after that big strike, the Griffin are inside the red zone. 2nd and 2. Sutton from the gun. Smith right behind him. Here's a reverse. Sniffed out beautifully that time. That is Kanye Sawyer, who did not buy it. That's the first time we've seen that play on the fake handoff. They fake the dive. You'll notice, here we go. They fake the dive to Smith, and coming around is Jake Seward. He gets it tries to cut it back. A great job. And on the cutback was because Will Horton forced it back inside. That was a great job by Will Horton, forcing that play back inside to Sawyer, who there was to clean it up. That's going to be about a 2-yard loss. That'll make it 3rd and a long 3, maybe 4 for the Griffins from the Bruin 20-yard line. From the pistol, here's Sutton. USJ flashing the blitz. Here's play action, and it is almost intercepted that time. Anticipated and jumping that route was Noah Spencer. He can't haul it in. If he hauls it in, it's a foot race. Sutton might have the angle, but it would have been a foot race. Spencer, the sophomore DB, does a beautiful job on the read. Can't haul it in. It would have been a sure interception.
Look how Spencer jumps this route here. Sutton hung that ball a little too high there for Gonzalez, but Spencer jumping in there, that could have been devastating for the Griffins.
Now let's see what St. George wants to do. Now Guerra has a huge leg. That would make it a 9-point game, but looks like the Griffin going to go for it. It's a 4 wide receiver set, trips to the right. Here's Sutton from the gun. Here's the snap, rolling to his right. This play will be blown dead.
You got to figure this is a false start here, right? I haven't seen any flags.
I haven't seen any flags, but we do have one, and it is a false start. And 4th and 4 now becomes 4th and 9. And you're still going to go for it here because now this makes it, that would be a 43-yard field goal, but you're not going to punt the football right there, so you know they're going to go it. What it might do is change the play call.
Yeah, I think so. And looks like they're getting a new play coming in from the sideline here, the Griffins are. Is that your buddy, the offensive coordinator down there?
Let's see.
Calling the plays, the guy.
I see Stuke. Stuke he may be in the booth because I don't see him out there. All right, here we go. 4th and 9. Here's Sutton with the snap, high snap, looking for his man, and just absolutely overshoots everybody into the end zone. Excellent coverage. That time they were looking for the intended receiver, Justin Grimsley, but he had 3 Bruins on him, and really nobody open. Great job by that Bruin defense. They have held.
Yeah, Noah Spencer, the only person that's got a prayer to catch this, just way overthrown here, even out through Noah Spencer. But really good job of bending and not breaking after a crippling 3rd and 12 conversion for the Griffins there. USJ able to tighten things back up and get the turnover on down.
I feel like Sutton kind of let that go early. Maybe somebody have an opportunity to work their way open, and he's mobile enough to keep the play alive. But he knew what he wanted to do right away and not on the same page with his receiver. So here we go. Bruins 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Here's Pettigrew, play action, looking for his man out in the flat. Has him at the 30-yard line, and not much more than that. On the reception is, let's make sure, yep, that's Jace Barksdale on the reception. Not a big gain that time, maybe 4 yards. We'll call it 2nd and, actually we'll call it 5. 2nd and 5 for the Bruins.
Yeah, right there, Barksdale, he's had this all night. Now, the defense was better. They were around him in the zone coverage here, but Barksdale's been open about 5 yards and out, and Pettigrew's connected with him for the 4th time here tonight for the Bruins.
Yeah, determined to keep him in front of him. Now, you still got that man coverage down here with Davis Sane. Let's see if they look for that. Now firing across the middle. Why not keep going to Barksdale? I would. Makes a man miss. Kicks out. Gets a block. He's got wheels. Makes another man miss. Still on his feet. Cuts back to the middle. Still on his feet. And finally coming down around the 39-yard line of the Griffin. More than enough. About a 30-yard gain. And that, my friends, is a Thompson and Smith first down.
Look at Barksdale right here. Again, over the middle. That's where he's done his damage tonight. 1 man misses. Makes 2 men miss here. Takes it around the edge. Wins the foot race. 3rd man has missed so far. Barksdale back to the left. There's number 567. The only person bringing him down, just giving him a high five, was number 61, Rory Jones there for the Bruins. But Barksdale breaking 6 tackles.
How you expect me to get out of the way of this? 1st and 10 for the Bruins. High snap. Pettigrew has a man wide open down the left sideline. Complete and into the end zone. Busted coverage. And that is a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown from Berkeley Pettigrew to Noah Spencer, the wide receiver, covering 39 yards on the completion.
And you'll see here the defensive back jumps up for Barksdale here. They think he's going there again. That leaves Spencer wide open just on a regular just go route. All you got to do is float that thing up there.
And by that time, that safety had committed, and he saw, and I was like, oh, don't throw this ball. But he did, and it was completed. Here's the extra point from Cooper Sykes. It is up, and it is good. And your new score with 6:13 left to go here in the 3rd quarter in Collierville, Tennessee, USJ 33 and St. George 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
St. George, where your USJ Bruins lead 33-14, and here is English with the kickoff. It is a high kick that it'll be taken around the 15-yard line, and finally coming down around the 30. Get you the number on that. I believe that was number 11. Is that right, Chiquita?
That is correct.
If so, that's Justin Grimsley, the junior wideout, on the return, and that's where the Griffin will set up shop. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
You know, English has kicked his last 4 kicks really high, so I'm not sure what's going on there. If that's by design or he's just kicking a little bit high tonight, but usually the freshman's really good on these kickoffs, opening kickoffs, and just throwing them through the back of the end zone.
All right, Chiquita, here we go. Bruins now playing with a 19-point lead, playing loose. Here we go. Sutton with the snap off right tackle, the handoff to Smith, and a hard-earned maybe 3 yards. Boy, look at the swarming tackling of the Bruins, and that's not on a play. That's on all plays.
That's
really what
is.
I love about this defense.
Parker Barnes makes first contact here. You'll see him just shooting right in, and how lucky is this defense to have him back? He and Brooks Jones are definitely the emotional leaders of this defense, paired with Ty O'Neal as well.
And remember, the Bruins have not surrendered 20 points all season long. If the Griffin can get in the end zone again, that would constitute the highest point total they've given up all year long. But still, that 19 by Union City in week number 2 is the high water mark. 3 wide receiver set. Here's Sutton with the snap. Play action, rolling to his right to the wide side, firing a missile incomplete over the outstretched hands of Jake Seward. That's going to set up 3rd and 8 for the Griffin.
I bought the play action there. I bought it for a minute.
Did you?
I was following, yeah. Really nice job tucking it low here. You'll see on the replay. I was like, where's the camera going? I thought that you handed that ball off. But, yeah, rolling around here is Sutton, and really good throwing off his back foot. That's a tough throw.
And he is just a sophomore, and he's got a big frame. There's no doubt about that. I'm telling you right now, you're going to remember the name Chase Sutton.
I think so, too.
With a quarterback coach he's got like David Stooksbury, who slung it for Ken Netherland at Germantown and then at Austin P. He knows a thing or three about the position. Here's Sutton rolling to his right under pressure, and he's going to go down from a host of defenders. The Bruins surround about 5 different people. Let's see, Ty O'Neal, Raleigh Seals, Sam McMillan, Parker Barnes, anybody else, Kanye Sawyer, they're all there. This is a Carlock. He's on replay. You'll see 1, 2, 3 Bruins. Yeah, 3 Bruins right there. That is O'Neal, Seals, and Barnes on that tackle.
Not the 3 you want to wake up and see that close to, is it?
No, that's going to make it 4th down, and we have a timeout by St. George. You have to wonder here, and we'll keep it. Let's see what they're going to do. You have to wonder if they're trying to make an early decision here, because if they were to go for it and not get it, they're at their own 30-yard line right now. If they don't get this, if they decide to go for it, because here's the thing. If you're going to burn a timeout, it isn't right on 4th down on 4th and 11 if you're just going to punt the football, because that would constitute a complete waste of a timeout, which you don't want to have. So you got to figure they're over there talking to say the only way we're going to stay in this game is if we can pick up a 1st down here, go down and score, and make it a 2-possession game again.
Yeah, and that's what they've got to do at this point. I mean, and I think you have to. There's 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, so there's still enough time, but they haven't shown that they can stop this USJ offense, so they're going to have to score with them here.
All right, let's see. Now, it looks like punt formation, and that's going to be Jamaz Jordan back to punt. I really don't understand that, because that's just a total waste of a timeout. Here's the snap. It's floated, and Jordan will kick the ball. It's a high wobbler that'll hit around the 43-yard line and roll out of bounds. Let's see if they spot it at the 35. It'll be close. We'll call it the 34-yard line. I'm confused by that. It really does not make any sense to call that timeout just to punt it on 4th and 11.
The only way you would do that is if you were going to, if you had a play call already and you were going to go for it on 4th and 11 and you saw their defense or you saw something you didn't like, said, no, I'm changing my mind, I'm going to punt.
So you take the 5-yard penalty, keep the timeout, because what's the difference if you're pointing from the 30 or the 25? You keep the timeout. That's just a mistake.
Yeah,
there's no way. There's
just
no
trying to cover for them.
justification.
You're right.
Yeah, there's no way.
It doesn't make any sense to me either.
No.
I don't take timeouts on extra points, punts, none of that stuff.
So 1st and 10 for the Bruins. High snap taken in by Pettigrew. Give to Finch up the middle, just in that B gap, and he'll get forward progress. They'll mark him just shy of the 40. That'll be good enough for a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 for the Bruins with 4:20 left to go here in the third quarter, and the Bruins leading 33-14.
Yeah, you'll see Parker McLean, the 6'2", 195-pound junior here for the Griffins, just stand him up and walk him back there.
Boy, the Bruins, they make you suffer for everything you do wrong. For every little mistake that you make, they make you pay for it. And that's the difference. You know, if you can make them pay, it's big trouble. Now, calling his own number, fakes the read, fakes the option, and calling his own number is Berkeley Pettigrew off the left end. He'll pick up about 4 to 5 yards on the carry, depending upon the spot. Now call it 3rd down and a long 2 for the Bruins.
Yeah, Carlock Nissan replay here. You'll see as Pettigrew rolls around the side. He had an option to pitch there. I think he made the right decision. It looks like if he would have pitched it there, they'd have lost about a yard. Not lost a yard, but they wouldn't have gotten another yard there. So Pettigrew made a good call. It really was.
We covered a lot of space that time. 3rd and 2. Twins to the right. Here's the handoff straight up the middle. Kevin Finch got a huge hole, still on his feet, and into Griffin territory down to the 47-yard line. Way more than enough for a Thompson and Smith first down.
You'll see here again on the Carlock Nissan replay, Kevin Finch gets his feet moving right up here, and look at this hole right through the A gap. He's just got it right there. No one around him. He's got the first down by 6 yards before he's ever even touched.
Yeah, that's a masterful job by that offensive line that time. Doing a great job, as they have all season long. 1st and 10 for the Bruins with 2:51 left to go, and on the march once again, looking to blow this game wide open. Here's Finch straight up the middle, breaks a tackle, bounces it out, still going, needs a block, gets it, finally taken down, very close to another first down depending on the spot. We've got a late flag that has come in, did not see what that would be, but I think the spot of the ball is enough for the first down. Now we await the decision of the officials.
Yeah, I don't know what that could be there either. I do know this. Kevin Finch broke 3 tackles on that carry for the Bruins, assuming that first down stands here.
See what we've got. We've got personal foul on St. George.
So we're definitely talking first down now.
Oh, it's first down city limits, sir.
Carlock Nissan replay here. You'll see it. Finch takes it up. Let's see if we can catch the personal foul here. Not sure. Was it helmet to helmet, maybe?
So far that I see.
Maybe helmet to helmet?
Maybe it's behind the play. I
don't know. I didn't see that either.
I did not see it. It matters not. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the St. George 20-yard line in the late stages here of the third quarter. Bruins leading 33-14. Sane to the bottom. Twins to the left. Here's Pettigrew looking to his left. Now fires across the middle to Riley Seals at the 10 and tripped up and taken down about the 8-yard line. Gain of about 12. He finds his senior tight end for another Thompson and Smith first down.
Carlock Nissan replay here. Riley Seals just open over the middle, and USJ has been able to do a ton of damage in the passing game right over the middle tonight, anywhere from 5 to 10 yards out. And Riley Seals, anytime he gets tackled, you can just assume it's around his legs.
Well,
nobody tackles.
Pettigrew, he finds the guy immediately. He doesn't just force it, but he almost always makes the right decision. He's a patient quarterback for sure. First and goal for the Bruins. Here's play action, looking for Sane in the corner of the end zone. High points the ball, goes up, and it is caught. Caught. I think Zavis Sane may have taken the ball away from the defender for the touchdown. That is a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown on the Carlock Nissan replay. Let's see what we've got here. just high point it, look it in, and just uses that strength and literally just pulls that ball in. That is a great pass from Pettigrew and an even better reception from the senior wideout, Davis Sane, with his first touchdown of the night.
That's the play that you're not going to be able to defend most teams. You don't have a guy that's 6'6" that's able to do that and is that strong.
Extra point from English is up, and it is good. And your new score with 1:31 left to go here in the third quarter, it's USJ 40 and St. George 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood, fungus, and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Welcome back to Collierville, Tennessee, with 1:31 left to go in the third quarter. USJ leading St. George 40-14, and the Bruins score a touchdown again before St. George scores. And I guarantee it's going to happen next week. That would be 8 mercy rules in 10 regular season games.
It's
I don't know that I've seen that.
unbelievable. Yeah, I haven't seen that very often either. Just saw a really nice double play turn there by the Phillies. I'm going to tell you what, though. I think if he wouldn't have missed the bag, he just stepped a little bit before. If he'd have stepped on the bag like you're taught, I think it could have just had that at second. I think it would have been safe at first.
Instead of calling it a nice play by the Phillies, I look at it as a complete and utter failure by Josh Bell, who I cannot wait to not be in a Padre uniform. But that's just
he's not real fast. He is real tall, though.
And he is real sorry.
He's
All right, so the Bruins kicking off from their own 25-yard line. There is English with the kick. It'll take a bounce at the 30 right into the hands of the waiting Griffin, still on his feet, and finally taken down about the 41-yard line and needing a score in the worst of way. That's where the Griffin will take over with 1:31 left to go here in the third.
Yeah, some of the best field position that the Griffins have started with tonight. That kick is a short one-hopper. He's able to bring it up 10 yards. There's a short kick, but you got to start the ball right on the 40. I guess call that the 41-yard line here. What's this music? Did you pick this out?
Man.
Seems like your bump music.
It freaks me out. I ain't pick it out. I mean, you're wearing the 901. Bump some Mr. Big.
Are we, though?
Mr. Big.
Look
yes.
at this campus. Are we really in the 901?
Yes.
Are we, though?
We are.
Are we?
Yes. Here's the snap to Sutton. Under pressure, stepping out of it, rolling to his left, still under pressure, firing across the middle, and it is going to be, did he catch it? Did he get his hands underneath it? There, make a call. Okay, now, first of all, this guy has no chance of actually making that call.
No, he waved it off from way back here.
Okay.
Leslie saw it.
Yeah.
Ty O'Neill just about had his first sack of the night.
That was David
Sutton
Sane,
does a
by
good
the way.
job
Let's see
stepping up.
here.
Yeah, Sane has it.
Yeah, that ball roll. That ball roll. It's incomplete. The guy who made the call did not see it for sure, but it is the correct call.
He may have had access to the Carlock Nissan instant replay and decided that it was not. They took enough time where they could have seen the replay for
So
sure.
let's go up to the booth with Chuck and the chinchilla. Incomplete, 2nd and 10 for St. George. Sutton from the gun, twins to each side. Smith in the backfield. Looking for the slant. Here's a pump fake. Now stepping up inside in the pocket under pressure, but wide into the waiting hands of a defender. Breaks a tackle, but cannot shake loose of USJ. Let me get that number. I believe that was Sam McMillan, and it was Sam McMillan who was able to hold on to the sophomore fleet-footed quarterback. And it wasn't a sack, but it was about a 2-yard gain. Nonetheless, Sam McMillan makes the tackle, and that sets up 3rd and 7 for the Griffin with 47 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Good running here by Sutton. I mean, can you imagine dragging Sam McMillan 5 or 6 yards? That can't be easy.
Me? No.
No.
Chase Sutton? Potentially. What do you think Sutton is from? 6'1"?
No, I don't think he's that tall. I want to say 5'11" and a half, about 165.
Here we go, 3rd down and 7. Sutton under pressure, trying to get away, gets it out, but out of bounds. And that'll bring up 4th down, and you got to believe, and boy, I don't know what happened, but there's a projectile missile of a flag. Here's a couple more, and we've got a scrape going on along the sidelines over at USJ.
Yeah, you'll see Brooks Jones breaking in here. We see this.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, man, I see what precipitated this. A monster lick put on Chase Sutton right as he threw that football. If we get one more look on the Carlock
replay,
Nissan
let's get that replay again.
You are going to see somebody coming in, and I mean straight up putting a lick on Chase
Brooks
Sutton.
Jones was rolling him outside, stride for stride with him.
Show it to him, Chucky.
All right, here we go. You'll see Jones coming around the corner right here, right through the middle on him. Sutton comes off, and, he gets his clock clean.
I think that was Riley Seals that hit Sutton.
Yeah, it was clean hit, good hit. I mean, Sutton had that ball for a while. Now, the action we saw on the sideline, I didn't get the number there, but there was a shove on a Bruin by a Griffin. And one of the Griffins shoved a Bruin, and I think the Bruin said, hey, listen, man, that's not nice. We don't need to play the game this way. And then they flagged him as well. So double flags.
I think what you got there is one of the Griffins are going to protect their quarterback. Just, I mean, I agree. I don't think the flag was on the hit.
No, the flag's definitely not on the hit. The flag was on the shove. There was a shove on the sideline for sure. That's where the flag was, or at least the flag that we saw that looked like it was shot out of a F-15. I don't see any flags down there by the hit.
Apparently, John Morant must be going off tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do have Ja at 31.5. I've got a buddy that's got Ja taking the 31.5 and over. So the points.
All right, here we go. Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bruins, St. George as well, and they're going to be offsetting. That's going to keep it. We got another one. So is that two?
Yeah, two on St. George. Yeah, so that's going to walk it back. Yeah, so they are going to get walked back, and I think the personal foul was going to be the shove.
Okay, so
that was the most egregious act. The play should count, but it's going to be 4th and even further now.
Okay, because that was 3rd and 7.
Correct.
On that
correct.
One. Okay.
The play should count because this was the shove. If you remember, was after the play.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. So that's going to back it up to the 30-yard line, and the Griffins are going to punt. Man, what a hit by Riley Seals on Chase Sutton.
That's a big man. I mean, it's a clean hit. I mean, he still had the ball. He's trying to get him down. Brooks Jones was running around the edge. I thought Brooks had a shot to get the sack there, but Riley Seals said, found you.
So Jordan to punt. Back deep for the Bruins, Spencer, and the high snap. So he's going to keep the ball. Jordan's going to run. He's got nowhere to go, and he's going to get to not even the line of scrimmage. But here comes a huge hit, and we got bodies flying all over the place. We're going to have another personal foul here, and all of a sudden this game has got extremely chippy. Another personal foul. Don't know who it's on. You got to hope that's not on the Bruins.
I can't imagine. Will Horton just got shoved all the way across the tackle the play well after this play was over. This is definitely going to be against the Griffins. There's no other way it could be.
Well, let's see. The White House got to say it, and that is definitely the case. So,
yeah, let's see the replay
let's
again
take a
here.
look at this.
You'll see this pass. I mean, the ball had been blown dead. People were, standing up, and just a terrible shove here. The high snap again is really rough, and Garcia does everything he can just to keep the ball.
Let's see what we've got here at the end of the play. Oh, yeah, that was just – I mean, it wasn't anything bad, but he did attempt to shove it out, and that young man tripped over a Griffin who was laying on the ground. It wasn't nearly as egregious as what it might look like, but it was still a hit in the back after the play was over with. Nobody fell down as a result of it. But,
I, for one, didn't appreciate it.
Well, and neither did the officials.
So
and
there we go. We're on the same page.
We're going to have what we're going to have. And the Bruins, when it's all said and done with 1 second left to go here in the third quarter, or they're going to get the football at what is it going to be, about the 12? Where are they going to spot this at?
That looks to be, that would be the 11, and then right next to that where the ball is the 12. That's a really good call.
Look at him. It's going to be incumbent upon these officials to keep this thing, because
it's getting a little chippy.
A little bit out of hand.
Getting a little bit chippy.
These two teams have a lot of history with each other, a lot of history. Not all of it always fun,
all right.
Oh, he's at first. I thought he said touchdown. I said,
that would
really?
be awesome.
That's news to me.
That would be awesome. Touchdown on the penalty.
Maybe he's sees into the future. Here's a give to Kevin Finch off right tackle, still on his feet. And was the house announcer right? Almost. Kevin Finch down to the 2-yard line. And guess what? Another flag at the end of this play. Holy smokes, what is going on down there?
I'm not sure now. And here's what you're going to hope, because the Bruins have had some penalties this year, some personal foul penalties. You hope that they're able to hold their composure. Looks like they're going to get out of this game with a win. You don't want to see anything crazy that backs you up. You're at the 2-yard line about to score. We're about to have a running clock, man. Let's not have anything crazy happen.
I see what's going on here.
What? No, I mean, I want them to be disciplined, because I'm telling you, not every game's going to be against St. George. When you get into the playoffs, there's going to be some good teams. You got to quit doing things to hurt yourself. Yeah, it's unsportsmanlike against USJ.
We're going to say that's spoken by a man who plans to be on 40 in 30 minutes.
I'm gonna be on 40 at 110
he said,
miles an hour.
I don't know where you're going to be, but I'm going to be on 40.
No, I mean, but seriously, though, you got to tighten that up.
You're
you
correct.
cannot do that, because it's plagued them all year long.
And that's going to put an end to the third quarter. As we go to the fourth quarter, your score, USJ 40 and St. George 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
Champions Enterprise LLC presents Lamont Ingram's 5th Annual Hub City Fight Night. It's all happening Saturday, October 29th at Champs Event Center on Hollywood in Jackson. The main event, former World Boxing Organization Super Lightweight World Champion DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley versus Derek Murray. General admission tickets $50 each for the entire boxing card. Call 731-736-1109 or buy online. Sponsored by Budweiser, Thomas Media, and Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love?
All right, we're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Can the Bruins put this one under the mercy rule once again? A score here would do just that. They now are first and goal from the 17. Is that right, Chiquita? Is that when to spun that about the 17-yard lines?
Yeah, they were at the 2. So
here we go. As we start the fourth quarter, Pettigrew. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left. That's Spencer and Jace Barksdale, who has had a monster night. By the way, the Phillies just scored again, and everything sucks.
Were they trying to get the ball position here? Here we go. Now the clock.
Here we go.
Here we're getting ready
First
for
and goal for the Bruins. Here's Pettigrew with the snap. The give to Finch, and he's still on his feet. Now it goes back to the right and is going to be forced out of bounds when it's all said and done. No gain, maybe?
Yeah. Ran 22 yards to get probably back to the line. 2nd and 10.
All right, but
look at Finch, though. Keeps those feet moving.
Look at the balance, man.
Another
and
good
usually
point.
when you get turned in that direction, you don't know really where you are.
Right.
He knew right where he was.
Sometimes I stand up too quick and get dizzy, so I couldn't imagine what that feels like.
Oh. What's Paul yakking about over
I don't know.
there?
He's talking to us like we can hear him. And like
I don't think he's talking to us.
I don't know. He's talking a lot, though.
I'm not sure
we're
talking to us. Here we go. Second to goal from the 17-yard line. Here's Pettigrew dropping back, looking all kinds of time now, firing across the middle and in and out of the hands of, I believe, Davis Sane there. And the ball just a little bit behind Sane that time, right inside the 5-yard line. Incomplete. That's going to set up third and goal from the 17.
Carlock Nissan replay here. You'll see Sane has this ball. Was a little bit behind him, but he has the ball for a second. Give credit to Jake Seward coming in there and knocking that out, breaking that up.
Boy, but Pettigrew did the right thing by throwing it behind him, because if he leads Davis, he's leading him right into a defender, possibly an interception. That was not a bad play by Berkeley Pettigrew. He threw it where only Davis Sane had a chance. Now here's the option reverse to Barksdale on the backside, sniffed out perfectly by the Griffins. Maybe about a 3-yard gain, get it down to about the 12-yard line, and that'll set up fourth and goal. It's a 26-point game. There's an opportunity for sure to work on the field goal game here, and let's see what Coach Strapp elects to do.
Yeah, I like this play call here. You'll see these every so often, not often, but these little trick plays that you have. Is this English coming out for the field goal?
This is English. That is English. He'll be kicking from the right hash. This will be a 30-yard field goal if he's able to connect on this one.
Corbin Howard, the holder here.
The snap, the kick it's got plenty of distance, and it is good. And your new score with 10:54 after the Ness Realty field goal, USJ 43 and St. George 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Getting a tutorial in math from Chuck
I mean,
Walker
just
here
29
in the
points
press
is
box.
funny. It's 29.5-point lead. 29 3/4.
I think Chuck has the under in this one. Look at English, man. Look at that. That's a
There,
missile that
now he's
lands
back.
halfway in the end zone. If there were any wind blowing tonight, that might have been right through the upright.
That would be awesome.
Right down the middle, English flashing a. I did not see. I know what that was. The drone flying right over the top right there. All I saw was something red.
Freak you out. They have that drone at every game. I don't know if that's a USJ drone or just, the teams USJ plays all have drones.
Or maybe the drone is just a big fan of Bruin football.
Right. And you probably don't have to buy a ticket. You just, fly on in here.
A safety would put this game in the mercy room.
Anything. An extra point would. If they just say, we just want the extra point, no touchdown.
1st and 10 for the Griffin from their 20-yard line. Sutton with twins to each side from the gun. Gonzalez in the backfield, quarterback draw up the middle. He's got a huge lane and a huge blocker in front of him, but a great job that time on the open field tackle. Is that Davis Sane?
Davis Sane.
It's that length, I'm telling you right there. That should have been a much bigger gain. But Davis Sane comes up from his safety position and makes a big tackle here. Look at this. Comes all the way from over here, gets past Gonzalez, and makes that tackle. That should have been bare minimum a first down.
He's really proven himself to earn. He's really earned his spot on this defense. He has. I think he came in with injury, but Sane has looked really good defensively.
Gain of 8, which should have been much bigger. Here's a give to Gonzalez straight up the middle, and he's met by a host of defenders. Didn't need much, didn't get much, but he did get enough for the first down.
Yeah, you see him just roll over to the left side here, Gonzalez. Big man, falling hard. He's got his hands on his hips right now. You'll see on this Carlock Nissan replay. They hand it to him. He runs up there.
Yes.
When you're trailing by 29. You don't want to get yards 3 and 4 at a time.
You do not.
It's fine with us, but just
again,
saying, we want to win.
You're down 29 to a team who hasn't even given up that many points in a whole game all year long or anything close to that. Sutton under pressure, steps, fires across the middle, and nearly intercepted that time by Alex Wallace. Here's a late penalty. This is probably going to be on Noah Spencer.
I would think so. I don't know if we have a hold or something here. You got pass interference against USJ. I don't know what he was doing. I know the receiver was asking what was going on, and then the flag comes out, but that comes out really late. Good pressure here by USJ.
I think he was looking for Jake Seward, and that's going to be the call. Chuck, you had the call spot on. That's going to result in a first down for St. George all the way up to their 46-yard line with exactly 9 minutes left to go in this football game.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the interference was, unless it was a hold or something before it happened, but there was no Bruin 5 yards within Seward there. So it definitely wasn't interference there unless it was a hold.
And this is not, you see that score, you think, here we go, they ain't playing away again. It's not true. St. George has players. There is no doubt about that. 1st and 10, if the Bruins don't back up, they're going to call for all sides. I thought they were. Here is Sutton under pressure, eludes it, still on his feet, still scrambling, but he ain't going to get out of the long arm of the law. That's Sam McMillan running him down for about a 6-yard sack, or as my man Mike Heath would say, sack!
That's a Kroger first. Devin Parker can do it so good. Devin's listening to us tonight at home. He just texted me. Yeah, Sam McMillan, really, he's quick. quick, too. He's quicker than he looks because Sutton is rolling around there and stepping up and shaking and baking and doing everything. But Midland closed him down. I think that's, just the second sack tonight for the Bruins. Sutton's tough to bring down.
He's not only shaking, he's also baking as
Yep.
well. 8:19 left to go in this football game. 2nd and 16 for the Griffin from their own 40-yard line. Here is a 4 wide receiver set to the left. Man coverage down on the bottom and taken down by a couple of runaway freight trains is Sutton. That's going to be Brooks Jones and Ty O'Neill, who had a meeting at Chase Sutton.
Yeah, Brooks Jones comes here. I thought there was confusion. You see right here, he was lined up on the replay on a receiver. All of a sudden he says, no, I want some of this now. I'm ready. And he and O'Neill just light Sutton up for the 3rd sack tonight for the Bruins. 2nd one in a row.
That's when I'm walking back into the huddle if I'm Chase Sutton. So
like,
do
hey,
that
man.
again, and I'm going to talk about your face because that was an ole.
Not a lot of fun. We're looking at the press box here. They looking at us.
Hey, y'all. What's up? 3rd and a true cab ride here, at least 20. We'll call it 22 for St. George. And you got to believe it's 2 plays for 22, right? I mean, no sense of punting anymore in this one.
Can't imagine. And I wonder,
exactly what Chuck wants.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fine with me whatever happens at this point.
Here we go. Sutton, here's a man in motion. Sutton from the gun with the snap, looking to his right, trying to set up a slip screen. And I thought he bounced that ball off the carpet. Did not. It was complete, but it was for naught. In fact, it'll be a 1-yard loss. That was Jordan Thomas on the reception. He'll lose a yard, and it'll be 4th and about 23 for the Griffins.
Yeah, I think Thomas was able to he kept his knee off the ground there. I thought maybe his knee was on the ground when he caught it, but it doesn't matter. You're talking about a 1-yard game. It's still 4th and 78.
What if that down the distance has ever been?
4th and 78.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you do it, but you could, I suppose. All right, here we go.
Did it on Madden one time.
Here's Jordan with the punt. Good snap that time. It's a wobbler that's going to go out of bounds right at around the 45-yard line. Look where he spotted that. Then, boy, are you? All right, walk it back straight at that 45. I thought he was going down to the red zone over here. So it's going to be what are we looking at? That's going to be about a 10-yard punt when it's all said and done.
Yeah, he kicked the thing off the side. That punt looked like a spiral. He punted a spiral about 10 yards.
That's where USJ will take over. I got to believe you'll still see the first-team offense here. We're just a little bit more than halfway to go here in the fourth quarter.
There's Pettigrew right there. You
Yep,
see Seals, there's Spencer, Kevin Finch,
you think
Sawyer.
Quick knockout punch right here, or maybe just keeping helping a 31?
No, man. Throw it to Davis Sane, baby. Let Randy Moss eat.
Yep, all the receivers have touchdowns. Here is a swing pass off play action to Jace Barksdale with the stiff arm still going, makes a man miss, and when it's all said and done, he'll end up losing about a yard.
Don't let that man lay hands on you. Jace Barksdale can stiff arm. You remember that stiff arm he had? Was it against Trinity or Jackson Christian where he rearranged someone's face mask?
Trinity last week. Yeah, it was really up. It looked like a punch.
It was not
almost.
a punch. It was.
It looked like
right.
one.
It probably felt really, really bad because his face mask was pushed inside. Jace Barksdale literally can do everything on the field.
Why don't you say it? You know you want to.
What?
You haven't used it all night.
What, Barksdale comes? No. I'm going to bring it out when it's appropriate. I'm waiting on a pick 6.
2nd and 11. That could happen if he gets back on defense. Here we go. Here's play action. Wide open is Noah Spencer down the left sideline. A busted coverage. Once again, it looked like the same one in the first half. That is easy. A Thompson. Make that a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown of 46 yards from Berkeley Pettigrew to Noah Spencer for his 2nd touchdown of the night. And, I just nobody there within 15 yards of Noah Spencer.
Second time that's happened. And what a great time to be a quarterback. Really tough time to be Noah Spencer. When you're that wide open, they say it's really hard to catch. You're like, oh, crap. You know what I mean? Because you're just thinking it's just you and the ball.
But in this case, it's 43-14.
Yeah.
So the pressure's gone.
The pressure's gone. But I'm just saying, really good job, good hands there for the second touchdown on the night.
To get to 50, if he can hit this extra point. He can, he does, and they are. 4:48 left to go in this football game, and we are now under the mercy rule again for the 7th time in 9 games this year. Your score with 4:48 left to go in the football game, USJ 50 and St. George 14 on Worthy Road Studio.
championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Did Paul just say Teletubbies? He did. There
are Teletubbies.
Tinky, Winky, and Company.
I knew you would know who they are.
You wrote it on a piece of paper. How would I not?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I wrote on a piece of paper. Which one you liked?
Here's the touchback once again for English, flashing a big leg tonight for sure.
So one of the purple head at your house. All right, here we go. Clock is running.
That was so stupid.
What?
It's unbelievable how stupid that was.
Well, now here, I'm going to draw you a picture because it makes a lot of sense.
All right.
This is the one I saw at your house, the one that looked like this. We don't have a camera in here, do we, Paul?
No.
That's the one I saw at your house, right there in your chair.
Is that a?
Yep.
An ottoman?
An ottoman, yeah. It's an alderman, actually. It's a political figure. USJ leads 50-14. Clock is running. How many games is this? Is this the fifth game in a row that we've had a running clock? I feel like that's right. Running clock against Liberty. Didn't run against Union City. Didn't run against. Oh, we got a flag here.
That's because St. George broke the huddle with 12 players. They have them on the field. Look at all those players out there.
That's more than 11.
You can see it when there's too many right away. It just looks wrong.
Trying to get a cheap one in there.
Yeah. There you go. That was easy to spot. Even for the old chinchilla.
What do you think he said? My bad, man? Thought you told me I could play.
No, yeah, they ain't saying nothing. It's 50-14. Here we go. Sutton still in the game, dropping back to his right, rolling under pressure, rolling. He got a flag down there. There's definitely going to be a hold. Now here's an interception by Noah Spencer, stepping in the way down to the 20, running over defender and down to the 17-yard line. This play, there's a penalty on this play. This is surely a holding call, and if that's the case, that'll be declined by USJ. And Sutton overshot that ball and right into the waiting hands of Noah Spencer for the interception. But let's wait on the call from the White Hat.
Yeah, Noah Spencer so far, if this interception holds, has 2 touchdown receptions and a pick. Not a bad Friday night.
Yeah. Quite the hold for certain there, no doubt about that one. And it is going to be declined, I think.
Yeah.
It may not.
Surely, right?
Surely it will. And let's see if we get Jackson Strapp and the second team offense out here.
Yep,
and that's
second team coming out.
What's going to happen? That means we're going to see Titus Taylor Jr.
See James Howell out there. Here comes Strapp.
And Stone Cipher and the rest of this USJ second team offense. And they say, hey, we need one more dude out here. Here he comes.
Who wants to play?
In here, big fella. I got 2 minutes worth of football. You want to get in the end zone, and you know they're going to try to, as they should. And we have a timeout by USJ. They called the timeout. I like that. Hey, I like that. So with 1:51 left to go in this football game, the Bruins call timeout up by 36. But I like that because you never know. Game situation. Now, this one's way out of control, but you got to do things right. You got to do it like you practiced. And you just want to make sure they get the opportunity, which tells me they're probably going to try to get in the end zone again.
Yeah, I don't know why in the world they wouldn't. I mean, you're out there. You're not going to take a knee here. And you got to get the reps. We say it all the time. Each week when the second team comes in, it's important reps for next year because a lot of these guys are going to be starters next year.
When it's 98 and humid outside and you're doing bear crawling or sprinting, doesn't matter if you're first, second, or third team. It's all the same, So you're out there sweating, working. You want your opportunity? Coach Strapp said, go get it, big baby. Go get it. His son, the freshman quarterback, looks like he's about 6'5".
Yeah, looks like he's as tall as Davis.
He looks like a college quarterback as a freshman in high school. He is a huge freshman. He's in the gun. Titus Taylor Jr. to his right. 3 wide receiver set. Here is a give to Taylor. Up the middle, nothing doing. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Brennan Doyle, just a freshman too, playing on the offensive line there, trying to open up the hole there for Taylor. Wasn't able to get it all the way open there. It's still a big line for St. George's here, so you've got a lot of freshmen going up against quite a bit of weight. They're outgunned here as far as size and weight wise.
Yeah, according to Chuck, they have a 7'4" defensive
7'4" defensive back. My man's huge.
Strap from the gun. Now moves Taylor over to his right. Seven on the play clock, no particular hurry. Here's the snap. The give to Taylor. He is tomahawked in the backfield by the 7'4" defensive end, that being number 80, Parker McLean, the junior defensive end.
Yeah, he's the guy I was talking about earlier. He is big, and he's just jumping right back there. Strap's holding the ball. They're not supposed to, but they're seeing that that clap, and as soon as they do, they're rushing back there, and he was all over Titus Taylor at that time.
From the 23-yard line, here go the Bruins, 3rd and about 14. Let's see what USJ elects to do here with 30 seconds left to go in this football game. They do have to snap it again, 15 on the play clock. And the Bruins, being the great sportsmen they are, taking all that clock, running it down. Here's the snap. Hand off to Taylor, and he is swarmed under. Now, statistics, you'll see he had about 10 yards, minus 10 yards rushing. But, that was.
They're right back
there.
Yeah,
that just was what it was. That was going to be the final play of the game, no matter what it is. And it is now in the books. There is an F for final right next to the score. And that final is your USJ Bruins. 50-14 over St. George. All Bruins all night long. And the Bruins get to 8-1 on the season. We'll take this 4-minute timeout and come back, put a bow on it live from Collierville on Worthy Road Studios.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck